Yo, yo, yo. How we doing, chat? Got ourselves another coaching stream coming at you. As always, these streams are for chat. Bit more chill. Try to get in as many people as we can. We're probably going to just kind of take our time today. And yeah, we're just going to be chilling up until the Super Bowl coming up here. And I think it's like 3 or 4 hours, which is probably about how long we'll go. This is your Super Bowl. That's fire, bro. How's everybody doing? Hey, Coach, just watched the latest podcast episode. You played Heroes of the Storm at one point. I tried it. Super casual. Just what we happened to be talking about at that point made me remember it. I've probably played that game less than 5 times. Did enjoy it, however. I did enjoy it when I played it. You know, when you're on like a podcast and you're just talking about, you know, a lot of times the same topics over and over again. Okay, like what are supports like? What are the heroes like? How's the balance? Like what's the player base like? You know, and you eventually kind of start. So you try to like draw from other memories and things just to kind of keep the conversations fresh. So that's something I've been trying to do. I thought I was just trying to think of like other games and because it's what are we listening to? Turn it down a little bit. It's kind of relaxing though. Yeah, see, I don't know many of the heroes, Mammoth. I don't know many of the heroes. What's up, Clippin'? Not really, Mammoth. Not really. I just know Cho'Gall was 2 at once. I haven't heard from him directly, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to come on. Baby. He's a tough person to reach, but I'm pretty sure that's what people have been saying. What are you coaching on today? What's up, Mikey? Oh, like on Twitch or YouTube. It's Twitch's turn, I believe. Twitch's turn. The donos can I'd still prefer through YouTube, but it's not a big deal. He just said on his podcast he's down. Let me go to his channel here. I was watching him the other day.
Y'all can't ask me about scary games for the rest of the year. Is that a deal? How scary is too scary? Anything to make my arm hair stand up. And I don't know how scary that is. Anything that just made me do it. Deal. I saw somebody that says deal. Lock. All right. I'd throw my left dick in the pool.
All right, we asked him in chat.
New Monster Hunter game coming out? What Stories 3?
Let's see what he says here.
What the fudge is Stories 3?
See, the thing is, he's in his rhythm. He's in his mode, right? Right.
Coach, what up, gang? What's up, bro? You trying to come on the Mills podcast anytime? The people want you? Yeah, I don't mind. I just told them I was busy. Yeah, I don't mind. I told them I was busy. I just been working too much. And then we had the ice in Dallas, that ice storm. Nigga, what the fudge is this?
All right.
Your left one? Come
all right,
on,
he is
man.
down.
Lock in.
Let me get his Discord here.
All right, I think I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Nerf Jeff. All right, I want to make a quick statement. Quick statement. And anybody take this how you want. Quick statement.
We'll wait for this.
And this is based on all the things I've went through. I just want to say this. Luna players, gay. And if you are gay, straight. Anything that I can say to offend you at the moment, that's what you are.
Holy shit.
Right? That's what you are. If you're non-binary, bit you he she. I don't care what the fuck going on. Luna players, pussy. Continuation.
Holy shit. This is the people.
Dagger players, remedial dyslexic sluts. Hate you.
Holy
Die on a hill. Hate every single one of you.
Jesus Christ.
I just want to put that out there. This is from my experience. I want to also go out there and put it idiotic thoughts as well. Mantis.
Oh my
sluts,
God.
all the time. Ask in a 2-healer comp, want to go Mantis with Rocket, asking for extra heals while solo tanking. Dumbass slut, talk about some, just move forward. All right, bitch. All right. I'd have move out the way and let a stray hit you.
Holy shit.
I just wanted to get that off my chest. Invis, y'all don't really do nothing wrong to me.
Holy
players,
shit.
Y'all a little remedial. I'm sorry.
What is
This is just what I go through. Adam Warlock players, I'm not gonna lie. Adam Warlock players,
we got to get this guy on the podcast.
Wish and hope to see the day that God's second coming comes back to earth and Father God shine his grace and his light to walk down the heavenly stairs to take us into the Garden of Eden to bring us to heaven, and he point out all of you dirty sluts.
Holy.
That's how I feel about Adam Warlock players. All the way through, my heart on the line. I can't stand any of them niggas because they just be doing some bullshit, nigga. Every time. Now remember, these are my experience. I hate every one of these dirty, crusty niggas, right? And also, this is a public service announcement for the community. This is for the community. I always say what's on my mind. This is for the community. I'm very respectful to you guys. All of you overly zesty pussy niggas in the community that think that people shouldn't be able to talk to you because they can't yell at you or say anything for you because you didn't double alted on triple support or you're on
this is insane, man.
Asking for the solo tank to heal. Your mother's a man and I would dick slap her.
Oh my God.
That's just for the community. That's just how I feel about you. You pussy niggas and you lucky.
Holy shit.
Literally go out of their way to baby you sluts.
Bro, is every stream like this?
Y'all are not real.
This guy's unhinged.
Hugs and shit within this game with emotes. Y'all are all pussy. That's how I feel about the game. But I just want to put that out there because I felt a certain type of way today from niggas throwing my games.
The fuck?
That's how I felt today from niggas throwing my games.
That's
I also have a public service announcement for DPS players on this account.
All right, he's still going. All right, shit, man. Bro, what the fuck? Oh my God. All right, yeah. We gotta get him on. Yeah, the N-word. Yeah, I mean, he's black. It's fine. It's not like I don't think YouTube's gonna care. Yeah, I don't think that's an issue. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to ask Coach Mills. Like, maybe the algorithm will flag it. I don't think that's gonna be an issue. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting view bottom. Okay, my bad. Sorry. I just kind of wanted. I've watched him before. I didn't. I mean, he was in a game though. I've never seen him rant. Let me message Coach Mills. Sorry guys, we'll get to coaching here in just a second. Get your replay codes ready and your in-game name if that's something you're interested in. We usually start off with free ones, then I give you guys the option to skip the line. I'm just messaging. Coach Mills is. Oh, I'm sorry. Business call here, guys. Something just came up. I appreciate you guys telling me that he was down. Rio said he would come on with Light. Oh shit. Okay, I think he wants to talk to Light about stuff. Dope. Wait, that should be such a good episode. Light's becoming kind of a regular if he comes on again, which is fine. He's very knowledgeable. Like, okay, I think we're gonna do All right, guys. Well, it's not confirmed, but we're getting Rio on the podcast is in the works. Down the pipeline. Hopefully. All right. Cool. All right, guys. But he's okay. I kind of got a better idea. I watched one of his videos and he wasn't that unhinged, but he was pretty unhinged. Okay, that's gonna be a good one. Anyway, all right, guys. Coaching stream, like I said, we're gonna be doing it through Twitch chat since the timing with YouTube and Twitch is different. Basically, what you're gonna need to do if you want to get into the line for free coaching. For anyone new or watching the VoD, you get your replay code and your in-game name ready to go. I will type go into Twitch chat this time. Next week it'll be YouTube chat. I will type go, and then just the first person to get their name and replay code in, we'll do a little mini coaching session for. And if you want a longer session and want to not have to wait, then you can choose to donate $10 or do a tier 3 membership, which will have you skip the line for the free ones. You'll skip all the people who are just doing it for free because we're just doing it for viewers unless somebody like desperately wants coaching, right? And yeah, we'll get you in quicker, and that's usually how it goes. So it helps out everybody watching who maybe doesn't want to pay if they come, like when I say the stream is. It helps out people who don't have a lot of time, right? And it helps me out because I get to make a little money on the side. So these coaching streams usually are pretty popular. Usually we have pretty much the entire stream we're going. I've never had a stream where we haven't had anyone, like no one just wanted, like some tips. So I'm going to do my best, guys, to get as many people through as I can. These streams are usually just for the coaching. I don't really talk too much in between. We kind of just go from person to person. And yeah, that's going to be the day. Then for anyone curious about ranked, we'll be getting back on the grind on Monday. And I think Ply will be back for that. And then, yeah, I think that's all I got to say. So without further ado, I'm going to type go in chat. First person, boom, gets a free VoD review. All right, hell yeah. So we already got people. ID Bruce Schooner, Hulk One Trick Pony, trying to get Eternity. Need this review badly. Okay, so this is helping our competition, chat. This is helping our competition. We get a lot of these. We get a lot of Hulks trying to get over the hump. And I will never not want to watch someone play this character. Okay, so this is a pretty good lobby here. This is a pretty good lobby. So we got Benser. Really good Iron Fist player. I guess that's the only person I reckon. I think. Well, yeah, what rank is this? Bruce Guna. Okay, so we're like mid-celestial, mid to low celestial. Not bad. And we got ourselves some Hulk. And like I said, chat, this is a free one, so we usually do about half a game. More give or take about 10 minutes. Competition or disciples? Yeah, true. All right. Controller. I like you getting off a height. This is the correct play. You don't always got to be moving, man. You don't always got to be moving. That's the main thing. Big thing I've noticed here. I think your movements could have been a little more precise and methodical. And you could have maybe you force cooldowns, right? You force cooldowns. So you should be thinking right here. You get hella off a height. Okay, I mean, the jump's whatever. Like, obviously, yeah, it's not the best, but you're getting behind her, and you jump to a spot where you can't get shot. That's fine, but look at this. Okay, you actually didn't force a cooldown. So that's actually, I didn't see. You didn't get the bird. But, yeah, whatever. I'm overcoaching right now. No, that was good. That was fine. That was fine. I thought the jump could have been a little better, but, I mean, it's like... We'll watch a little bit more before we say anything. I don't hate you just eating that when you know you can take it. Like, I think that's fine. I would have... I would have, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of you doing like a lot of the second best or third best thing instead of the first best thing. It's the main thing I'm noticing so far, like with your cooldown usage and stuff. But like your positioning and stuff where you should be is more or less, I think, good. Okay, we need to. So why back here? This is what I'm talking about. You're full health and you just jumped out of the fight. Look at your healers. You need them. Give them something to do. You just keep doing like the second or third best thing instead of like pushing your leads. I think you're getting into this habit of just jumping back. So you got to ask yourself, why do you keep jumping back? Well, it's because you're unsure. A lot of what playing Hulk is just having that dog in you. You got to remember this health bar, your big health bar. You know, Rocket's got these little, 250 or whatever. You got this big health bar, man. This is why people say old men play tanks, is because you don't have to have as good of a reaction time to react to being focused. So you need to stay in longer and get more out of each fight. Now, don't take damage for no reason, but any fight that you're winning, you should be using your health bar as a resource to continue the fight. And you say like, well, I don't have enough damage to kill her. Yeah, but her health bar is going to sit the same if getting pocketed. Your health bar is going to sit the same getting pocketed. And during that window, we have a window here to make a play. Now, whether or not the Emma dies, that doesn't really matter because you yourself are not making the right decision here. So how do you fix that in your game? Try to think every time you go for a trade, can I kill them? And if the answer is yes, you should continue that fight for as long as you can, because right now she's stabilized. You had an opportunity to take some damage. Again, that shield would have been a lot better had you gotten her low on health. And again, you kind of just wasted your shield. You're not staying in long enough. You need to stay in and hit people. It's okay to take damage. You're playing too much like an assassin or something. Like, if you're going to hit tanks, you need to stay in longer. I know it's Emma. I know you don't want to feed her ult shards and stuff. I know you're getting the cart moving. This is all good. I don't care. You need to be doing more in these fights. Your macro sense is, like, for the most part, okay, right? And then you go and do that. So, okay, what happened here? What happened here? So, moving the cart. You have no pressure here, right? You've kind of just not really done anything. You're just straight up. You just don't have enough uptime. You're just not doing enough. Because right now, you're like 75. You could be at ult right now if you were playing well. Like, you could actually be at your ult right now. I truly believe that. Or pretty close to, maybe like a bubble away from it. And I get it. Listen, I get what you're doing. Like, they're not really contesting carts, so you don't have to do anything. But you got to remember, if they're just playing this lazy and sloppily, and you're at this point where they can't peek, this is like a really good part of the map to try to get a pick. So yeah, you're not like totally throwing what you do here in a second, but like you're also not carrying the game. So you need to be able to punish mistakes better. That's what Hulk does really well, is punishing mistakes. So you should view Emma being up that far, on a bad choke as like a pretty big mistake, because you're the one making the mistake here. You need to react more to what's happening in front of you and not go for these like predetermined plays. Just react to what's happening in front of you, bro. Don't overthink it.
This is real firepower.
You see an Emma in front of you, just hit her. If she starts getting healed, stop hitting her and hit someone else or back up until your health bar goes down. You're not really tanking right now. I'd guess that your damage is probably less than 1,000, and I'd say you're probably one of the only people in the game with less than 1,000 damage. Just a total guess. Okay, you do have a bit more, but yeah, I mean, Emma has double your damage, and she's pretty much just been face tanking, to give you an idea, right? So we want to be doing more here. When you have a fight where you're getting run down like this, yeah, you want to get out, but I think try to like stay in between your healers and them if you can. Really important. And again, didn't need to jump back there. Hold that space. Like, we're just jumping back too much. You got to trust that you know where everybody on their team is. You got to trust that you know where they all are, and hold this space. Because you jumping back here now means that if someone lands a pick or gets a kill, you have to charge a full jump to be able to pressure them. How about instead of jumping back, you have a really bad habit, right? And it's that you jump back to your healers before you do anything. This is your big issue as a player. And once you fix that, you can finally start playing the game. Because right now, I'm surprised, like even in this, right, I'm not gonna be able to give you a ton of tips because you're playing like a only pure macro style. It's just not how you carry. It's just not how you carry. Shielded too early again. You need to commit. You're respecting the Emma. You're respecting the Thor. You gotta have that dog in you. You gotta outplay them. We're playing too safe, too slow. I'm not saying like go in and die, but you gotta at a certain point you gotta outplay someone, man. You gotta get. Again, I don't like that shield. I think you gotta use your shield while you're in more, and you'll probably be more likely to commit. That's a good pick, okay? That's the kind of aggression I want to see. So why not have this confidence all the time? Why not have this confidence all the time? Right? If you could be doing this all the time, I mean, you didn't even have the cloak ult. You didn't. You just had the confidence to actually walk up here, right? So I get what you're doing, playing a very slow, methodical macro style. That's good. But at the end of the day, you're going to have some games where you just can't win. You just can't win, okay? So you need to be able to have the ability in your toolkit to be this guy right here. To just take over a game. I respect the vision, I do. I respect the vision, but that's how you need to be playing. I'm going to watch a little bit on offense, and I'm going to let you go here. Or sorry, defense, I mean. Because I want to see if it still translates to defense. I suspect you're going to be a lot better on defense. That's my guess. I like how you're taking damage, actually. Like, I think that's okay what you're doing. It's okay to give a little bit of ult charge. You don't want to give it to the punny. And yeah, if you're going to go for a ult charge shield trade on defense, you can never let this happen. It's just that simple. I'm not going to give you a tip on how to not get caught. It's you just got to respect the cooldowns. It's really not much more to that. So obviously worst case scenario. General tip when you're against people who can get picks with you on defense, you always save your shield. Always. I know it's simple, but it's just something that if a Bucky hooks you and you have your shield and there's no one he can combo with, you get out like most times. You play it right. And the best part is I've gotten really good at the Bucky matchup to where I no longer think Bucky is Hulk's hardest counter. Yeah. Bucky's really OP and he's really annoying, but I don't think he's Hulk's hardest counter. Like, I've gotten so good at the matchup. That's the secret. This took me a long time to figure out. Is when you get hooked, I mean, you play aggressively enough to make him want to hook you, but it's always like you're going to live it sort of thing. So you kind of like almost let him get hooks, save your shield, punch him. That's the secret. When you get hooked, you start hitting the Bucky. You shield, start hitting the Bucky. You will actually win that trade in a big team fight. And while you're doing it, you're charging your jump. And if you're winning and still full health, you jump up, land down, finish him off. And if not, jump out. That's the matchup. We'll watch one more fight here. Because that was kind of just unfortunate. Again, guys, I could give you a lot more tips with full coaching sessions, but the free ones, I just try to give you like a general sense of like what you need to work on and give you some like instant tips to help you climb. But you're going to get much more value and much more knowledge dropped on you with the full tier 3. But I try to give you guys 3 tips. That's usually what I go for with the free ones. 3 tips. And that way we can get to a lot of people as well. So again, saving shield here for when you get them a little low on health might be better. Like, I get you're trying to get to your ult charge here, but you're not really even taking damage with it. So the shield usage... See, now you're just feeding them ult charge. So like right now, I don't like this. This is really risky, right? Because this is just like, what are we doing? I'm okay with you hitting him. I think you realize that you didn't really want to feed him ult charge too much here, so you stopped. Bro, it's okay to get Hulk ult on defense is kind of insane and you get it really quick. So if you're just getting free uptime, I do think it's like okay. Like this is just, why would you go for a cart stall here? If you don't get out here, you're throwing. And I really don't see this play really working. Like if the enemy team is good, they're gonna. I mean, when you get picked that hard and the cart, like your team gets, like everybody staggers and dies, your play here is to try to hold this corner, right? Because like, what is stopping the cart gonna do here? This takes 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it moves pretty slow, so I'd say about 5 seconds here. And look how far everybody on your team is away. Like, I think we got the last person's right here. So, yeah. Well, your Hella just died. I guess everybody's here. But the thing is, they can't come up and help you because the mag's full health, right? And this is just like a terrible joke. So what you're going to do, here's what I think is going to happen. You're going to jump in, take a lot of damage, not really move the cart. Your healers are going to fall behind on healing because you took just like a trade that doesn't really do anything because you're not holding the space, and you're going to fall behind and probably lose this fight. That's my guess. So you jump in, try to stop the cart for a second, take a bad trade, your healers fall behind on healing. You land a nice stun to save it, though. Your Jeff dies anyway. Again, more or less... Oh, wait, that was their Jeff. Your Adam just got a kill. Your Adam's flanking, by the way. I don't know what they're doing. But, cart moves anyway. Fall behind on healing. Dies. Okay. So, last tip I'll give you. When your team is going for these side flank plays, right? Like, your Adam was backline. Your Iron Fist was backline. Your Hella had died because she doesn't know what to do. And your Jeff is just trying to keep you up, right? You have to play objectives. You have to. It sucks, but I'd rather have teammates making proactive plays, especially as dive characters, than I would just sitting back and doing nothing. Okay, so why do you have to be a frontline here? Because everything at the end of the day revolves around the objectives, and you need to be pushed up far enough around where people are fighting, which is this moving thing right here, because this is what matters, to follow up on them. So what that means is that fight you had with Mag, you need to be winning that, pushing him back, pushing him back, pushing him back. So when you win your fight, right, you're never going to kill a Mag if he has a healer with him, but you push him back and transition that into pressure on his backline. It's all tempo. Think of every other player on your team as having their own health bar, right? And when your health bars are higher, ding, 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 that's when you push in. So you got to work your way up to that point. I feel like you're skipping steps. So stop jumping back so much when you have health. You got to give your healer something to do. Be more of a front line. Use space more. Like when you push up, just hold corners, hold areas. And you got to get out of the habit of just jumping back for no reason. Try to take longer trades. And a little mini tip, probably do more vertical jumps to extend fights and prolong them to the point where you can carry this, transition them into kills and carries. Because right now you're playing pretty much really objective focus, which I like. But it's not, you need to have more output. It's just that simple. You're already playing on a low output character. We got to do more. All right, so there you go. Boom, coach. Good luck at your games. There is no line yet for the people asking. No. Thanks for the tips. Yeah, no problem. I'm curious what your final stats were here, actually. So your team, then I'm at the end. Yeah, I mean, not terrible. Not terrible. You should, I feel like usually have the lowest deaths on your team as Hulk. Lowest deaths on your team as Hulk means, while playing around objectives, means the game's always going to be close. Can you put in quick play VODs? Yeah, that's fine. I just don't think I'm going to be able to give you as good of tips because the games are usually a little more chaotic. You don't have to pay money. Let me explain it one more time. I will go an entire stream doing free sessions. As long as nobody skips the line. But usually what happens, I do these twice a month, and usually people, just because of timing and stuff, will pay to skip. But yeah, it's totally free. I do this again. I do this for chat, and if they want to support me, that's totally fine. If you guys can all collectively agree and figure out okay, who's going, but I think a lot of the reason people do just pay to skip the line isn't so much that they want the coaching so much. It's more just to like support and get my opinion on their gameplay. It's more that. So I appreciate everybody who does it for that reason. With that being said, yeah, we get another free one here. So when I type go into Twitch chat, give everybody a second in YouTube. You got to be in Twitch chat. Did someone raid? No, I'm getting view botted. It's been the second day in a row. I don't know who's doing it. I would kindly ask them to stop if they are. But at the end of the day, it's not really much I can do, so I gotta just keep doing my job. Anyway, so here we go. Go. First person to type in Twitch chat is Devin. All right, I got you, Devin. Maybe in the future we'll require you to be like a member for this, and then maybe like the line won't be as bad. But I do think there are a lot of people who lurk the stream, who enjoy it, who watch me every day, who maybe, because I do see a lot of like unfamiliar names, that just like, you know, think it'd be cool to like, you know, whatever. So I try to like make it as accessible as possible. Okay, we got Iron Fist, fantastic. So my view on Iron Fist, is that you should go for their backline until you realize they're not shit players. That's kind of just my view on Iron Fist. So we're in GM here. Because I feel like he is obviously not as good at diving healers as he used to. Right? They took away his damage on squishies, essentially, and gave him more damage to tanks. Yo.
Less than 3 DVA replay code 10,205,678,259 Angela game.
Okay. Trade 2 wavy. I appreciate that, bro. I'm going to add you to the list here. So the line's up to 1 now, guys. So after, like, the next one, free one, would be at minimum, just to give everybody an idea how it's going on, probably about 25 minutes from now. So for anyone wondering, like, that's more or less how it works. And if the line goes up again, and it's usually we're able to get anywhere from like 3 to 5 free ones in a stream, sometimes less. Let me get the so it really I try to give you guys like the times that when I do these, so people who want to do the free ones can kind of sneak in. But it's always on Sunday. It's always on Sunday. All right. Got you on the list. Cool. All right, let's keep going here. Always struggle with Iron Fist on this first hold. Yeah, I've noticed that just in general. I've definitely seen that in my games as well. It's tough because it's like you want to stay in this choke for heals, right? I think really where Iron Fists get baited is trying to like use these walls more than just using these walls just to line of sight people. It's like the main thing I notice is like as soon as you get around this corner, you're pretty much immune to death, right? But you want to be peeking the choke anytime to get heals. So it's like kind of like a balancing act, I feel like. I don't think diving here is really too good of an idea generally. I rarely see it work in my games. It does sometimes though, but I rarely see it work. That being said, yeah, like I said, challenge the healers first to see if they're bad. Tracking's just got to be better there, okay? Because the Rocket really didn't play that well. Tracking's just got to be better. A good Iron Fist probably kills a player who plays like that, right? 1, 2. Okay, so I see what the issue is. You're like W keying everything. I got to go into practice tool for this to explain it, because I know I've only watched 2 seconds of your gameplay. But if you're missing punches like that, I can immediately tell you what the fix is. Because I already see what you're doing, but I'll watch a little bit more. Yeah, you're just melee range. Like you don't have to be this close to your targets. You're doing it better now. Your spacing is better now. Your spacing is just all off. Yeah, that's the I don't know if you realize you do this, but you don't have like. Yeah, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I'm gonna show you real quick. This comes with practice. Maybe you know how to do it. Maybe you don't. I'm sure you do. But your movements are too like predictable, too straight. and you're just kind of like holding W key, I want to show you something. So this is what you should be doing on Iron Fist. This is what you're doing. Okay. This is what you're doing. Okay. This is what you should be doing. See the difference? I mean, I suck at them, but you see the difference? I mean, this is just a small example. Obviously, there's like variations. You could do like... See the difference? One more time. This is what you're doing. Let's do it from like a top now. This is what you're doing. Okay? This is what you should be doing.
Defeat was your destiny.
All right, wait, hold up. Let me actually drop down, and not because the first fight you did was from above, like this. All right, you should be like kind of maneuvering a little bit. Does that help? Like, you could be doing so many kind of like so much more movement, make you harder to hit, make you more unpredictable, and you actually land more hits. You want it. What the secret is, after a punch, boom, back up a little bit. There's probably like a timing with it, like which punch is better to back up as. Like, I think like the first two or come out probably after that one, like after the third punch, bump, 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 bump. Yeah, the range on this is so long though, dude. You gotta abuse it more. Because what's going to happen when you're just holding W key down is you're actually going to miss more. Because when they're not moving, it's not that hard. But if you go to a target that's moving, and you're just like face tanking them, face punching them, like you're going to have situations like that. Whereas like if you do this, like, do you press each punch individually?
Far from legendary.
Because I think you should be in a lot of situations. I think you should press each punch individually on this character. I truly believe that. I don't know what other Iron Fists have to say about that, but that's how you should be playing the character. Every game should be precise, bro. Every punch. Anyway, sorry about that. We'll keep going. I felt like I just really needed to like point that out. Why does this game keep showing up? You know what? I lost your replay code. That's my bad. I got it. All right, let's keep watching. Let me see what he said here. Yeah, I do the jumping one, but I need to get better in the habit of not just being in their face. Yeah. Because if they do any kind of, like, lateral movement, you're going to miss tracking like you did there. Give yourself a little space and react to what they're doing. Don't just react to your damage popping up. React to what they're doing. Okay, so we saw up to here. Yeah, you did it again there. You got more movement than most characters in a short to mid-range, so you got to really abuse it. I'm gonna try to give you examples of like what you could have done better, maybe in certain trades. So I know I do this, but you as Iron Fist, you simply do not get the same type of value as a Hulk would for doing a play like this. And even as Hulk, I wouldn't be staying this long. Also, like, this is very situationally unaware. We have a Penny. You should be fighting with her, like, on her traps, right? That's where you're going to do the best as a team, right? So unless this is, like, a quick swap to your tanks, okay, good. I'm glad you realized it. This is why we don't dwell on something too long. It's because, like, yeah, they've got to make sure they... What are we doing then, though? Like... Again, this is just too far up. This is just too risky. Like, you're just making it too easy for them. This isn't like, oh, this might not work, but it's just like, this is just making the game too easy for them. Why wouldn't they all just turn on you? So unless you're using that to your advantage, unless you know they're going to do this and know you're going to get out, which, like, I'm not so sure here. I don't know, bro. I just feel like it's an unnecessary risk. Yeah.
50,238,918,727 Legion Star 123.
All right, I got you after this. Yeah, it just seems like we don't have much of a plan here. Is what's going on. Because you did get out, which I'm like, okay, in my head, he is thinking the same way I am. He's thinking like, okay, we do a little trade, we waste a little time, we know our limits, we get out, and then you just go right back in. So it's, to me, the inconsistency to me shows that you don't really have much of a plan. So what I want you to do in your games, I think this is like your major issue, by the way, apart from maybe a little bit mechanics. You're kind of just doing things at random. You're playing for fun. You're playing for fun. So what I want you to do every time you get into a game is look at your team comp and think, what is the best way that I can play around this team comp to give me the best chance to win, right? And then the second thing you do is once the game starts is look at their team comp and be like, what is the safest way to get my damage off and carry a game? Right? There you go. Now we're doing it, but you're still just holding W. I'm not seeing any backwards. It's only ever forwards. I like the target selection. I think this is fine. Yeah, I mean, you're doing good here. Oh, I like that. Yeah, the holding W down is driving me crazy, dude. I almost feel like you're coin flipping your punches.
You think you can hurt me?
But overall, not bad.
Enemy in front of us.
Not bad. Okay, this is good. I like how you wait for them to commit. But again, they are not gonna like overcommit to this. So peek your team, look at what their health is at. Everybody's full health, right? So again, if they don't have anyone that they can realistically hit, this should only be a stall play, which we've been going for those. It's good to get active, but like I want to see you do it better this time. So you should know after last fight, it's like, okay, you know, it's the same thing I said before. Play in like a more mid-range around them. Don't just like, you know, yeah, you should just be camping the healers all game. Like that's what I would be thinking at this point. You should just be camping the healers all game. And that's why I say, like, what is the first thing I said? As Iron Fist, always feel it out, see if you can dive their healers. Because he is a character that can do that. And then if he can't, okay, now you start hitting the tanks, right? I want to watch another fight. This is just further proves my point. Like, you're just... Wherever you end the fight is where you start the next fight. Why are you playing this fight differently? Are you just trying to mix it up? To me, it's like you look at NFL football defenses. I don't know if you follow NFL at all. All the best teams, all the best coaches, what do they do, chat, on defense? What do they try to take from you? Because you're on defense, right? What do all the best NFL defenses try to do? They try to take away your best weapons. They try to take away the thing that you do well, so you don't have, so your win cons are less clear. You just had a very successful play from this vantage point twice, where you missed out on a kill the first time but won the fight, and then you pretty much carried that fight. Why are we kind of just shying away from something that's been working? Maybe now you realize you should be playing around penny mines, but what you were doing was like good. It was good. Waiting for the tanks to walk up into a point they're threatened. I would argue you could have waited a little bit longer, challenging their back line and then forcing them to make a decision, right? That's Iron Fist. Why are we like not doing this now? It works pretty much 2 times. This just kind of like further makes me seem like you're kind of just like playing without any real rhyme or reason, kind of just like doing things at random. I'm just doing things at random. So you kind of just kind of like let them walk at you and kill your tank. Whereas like before, I'd argue you're doing all right. Your goal here should be to try to get them to force ult, right? Maybe that's what you're thinking. Force ult and get out. But we'll watch this fight and then we'll watch one fight on defense here. When I do these coaching, guys, I try to like psychoanalyze a little bit and not just say what you could have done better in game, but more like why you do something and try to fix it. So if I'm off base at any point, like you say, like I'm like what I'm saying is not right, you're the person I'm looking at. Yo, just let me know, because more info here, we can like figure out like why we're not winning, right? Why we're stuck in a certain rank. So again, waiting for their tanks to walk up. I like how you're hiding here. I don't think players do this enough. They kind of just show for no reason. So, okay. This, to me, you should go for their tanks here. You should definitely go for their tanks here. You should be, like, you should be punishing this. You should be punishing this. Okay? So, you're not really adapting to what they're doing. I think, like, overall, you just really need to be thinking about when to fight. Maybe you'll realize it here. But you seem pretty committed. Okay, so the Iron Fist goes out. Yeah, I would argue you went to this a bit late. As soon as you see them push back this to this point, out of line of sight of their healers, that should be your like. There's an invisible line right here, right? There's like an invisible line right here that I'm like basically going through. That if they walk past, that's your time to go in. Because you had a free kill there and you just totally missed it. Let me watch a little bit on offense here. I feel like you're going to be a bit more comfortable here. And then we'll call it for this one. I'm sorry, I don't play a lot of Iron Fist, but I do see this character a lot. It kind of... Okay, just punishing the tank. I like that. Good target selection. Should have done a wall run there, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you thought that was too obvious. I'm not a big fan of the kick in. I don't think you needed that. Yeah, and you die for it. Yeah, I only think you should kick when you either know you're going to get out or you think you'll get a kill. I didn't think either of those were very clear right there. You'll probably win this fight anyway, but yeah, I also would have utilized the wall run. But I see an argument not for doing it because you were kind of up here. But like I feel like this is a pretty safe spot to wall run when they're running away. And then you kind of just like maybe even stop, like charge a meditate here, like mid-fight. Because you're already up, right? So you just stabilize and help your team push in. Iron Fist is not an easy character, chat. He's not an easy character to play. A lot of thought has to go into your cooldown usage and your positioning. He can die so fast. I have a lot of respect for Iron Fist players. I think he's genuinely one of the hardest characters in the game to play. Oddly enough, whereas like most people think he's pretty easy. I think you should just, again, do what worked here. This is pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I do like this though, because it seems like Jeff called out that he was gonna go in and ult and you knew this, but you're about to get Jeff eaten, watch. Okay, you parried it. Nice, nice. I was... Yeah, that play was never gonna work. I mean, not really much you could have done there. I don't think that fight's your fault. I think you did everything right there from like trying to play off your Jeff's play right there. So we'll watch one more. That's a dumb play by him. That one's not your fault. Yeah, dude, you're... Yeah, I don't know about that kick. Yeah, I mean... That's gonna be the big thing, right? I think the fights you go for the most part, are okay. I think your mechanics are the biggest things that will help you to improve. Just like focusing on your jump spacing and like being in these fights for longer and just being more annoying. Think of it this way: like try to stay in fights as long as you can before you have to kick. And also remember, like when you use your cooldowns, people will target you, so you can use that to your advantage sometimes. But I think the big thing is like holding down your W key too much, just while punching people. I think is like the biggest thing that you need to improve on, because I think all these I think the fights you're going for are actually decent. They're actually decent. It's more just we're not getting enough out of them because our mechanics, right? And then as far as like your decision making, I think cooldown usage needs to be a little better. You're wasting your kick. You're kicking in too much. I like how you played off your Jeff. I think your macro is good. I've noticed characters that aren't as mechanical. I think generally those players tend to have better macro. It's one thing I've noticed. So I liked your macro. I thought it was overall like decent. You just need to be more aware of what's happening, and you're committing to these like random, like hiding behind a corner type plays. That's fine, but yeah, just make sure you know your limits with it, and not just like say set on one way, because you had a couple opportunities where you could have gotten kills or gotten out, and you're just kind of committing to one thing. So I would say like every time you're about to go in or like thinking about in a position you're in, just look at your team comp and be like, what does my team need me to do? And that's going to go a long way for you. But I think overall, I thought it was decent. I thought you were decent. I think the biggest thing for you is just mechanics, to be honest. Like just working on your mechanics, which that just comes with practice. Can I use my tier 3 membership? Absolutely. Or tier 3 sub. Give me one sec. I just messed up. But there you go, dude. Boom, coach. Give me one second here. My bad, guys. Just getting my YouTube chat open.
This season.
This season. Y'all see the drama between Kingsman and Mike above you? I did not. Bro, YouTube's UI needs a lot of work, man. I see that you're a member, but I can't even see like what tier you are, and I need to do it so I can mark you guys for the month. Just for anyone who doesn't know, tier 3 members on YouTube, you can claim a free coaching session once a month, pretty much any time. You just got to ask me in chat. But YouTube literally does not show me who those people are unless I go into like my interface. It's weird. It's super weird. So I need to open up like a whole separate window just to see what the tiers are of people. And I accidentally closed that of YouTube, so I'm trying to get it back here. So I have to open up like a whole separate tab. It's just not very... So, right here, here are tier 3 members. So these people, yeah, like I said, anytime they want. So yeah, there you are. So Gumbo, Mega Hulk. Sorry that took so long. Got you right there. Yeah. All right, so yeah, just link your info, Gumbo. And you'll be... Line is actually 3 because we got 2 during that game. You'll be next. And we're going to move on to the next one here to keep this moving. Trey. Trey. We got an Angela game. What's up, Zeno? All right. So my biggest thing with Angela is... I'm going to be honest, I think this character's kind of ass. Okay? I think this character is kind of ass. I genuinely do not like having Angelas on my team on most maps. And if you're going to play this character, I think you need to be hyper aggressive. You need to be a health pack merchant. I think that is really the only way to like really carry on this person, is to just be so relentless with harassing healers and then transitioning that into picks on the tanks. I think if you only go for picks on the tanks or only go for harassment on the healers, it's not going to be enough in and of itself. You need to be doing both those things, because the only time I ever seen Angela have enough impact is through just hovering around and going for picks off the ledge. And I really do think you got to harass the backline on this character. And if you're not, you're probably going to just want to swap. You have to just be so aggressive to the map awareness. Yeah, you have to be so aggressive to the point where you have enough value on this character to compete with other ones, right? You should be thinking that in your head. Like, am I getting enough value? Because you have nowhere to knock people off. So, like, in my mind, if I saw an Angela on this map, I'd be like, oh, free win. So you better be a dog, is what I'm saying. She's high skill ceiling. This is a hard character to play, so let's see it. You don't got it. You don't got any free kills, right? You ain't gonna get any free kills on this map. It's got to be all you. I'm not sure what the reasoning is there for that. Okay, playing a front line. Okay, so this is what I mean. Not a bad play, right? Not bad. Is it the best thing you could have done? Are you being a dog? Are you being a demon? You pushed them back. I like how you frontlined, actually. Like, I think that was honestly clever. Like, using your mobility to take space. I love that. I think you started off good. I think doing this was good. Initial frontline pressure. They got to heal him. Game sense. Good. You come back here, and then you just go for a low probability pick. Let's rewind here and see how you could have done that better. So, when you get to this point... I'm not even gonna look at anything else. Everything else you did was like, okay, minus like the shield. Okay, boom, you get the frontline pressure. They have to look at her. She needs to go touch point. You've essentially gotten a lead in the fight. Why not just harass these people and give them an impossible choice? Like, here's what I would have done if I made this character and wanted to carry a game. Okay, this is perfect. Everything you did was so good. Boom, poke, cancel, jump back. Okay, now they're looking for you, Do we jump in on them, or do we focus their tanks, right? we need more damage, we need more uptime, right? You have this pressure, you need to transition it into, like, the pick is only going to be good if you have someone who can actually, like, follow up on it. So get more pressure before you go for something like that. Dude, you can do damage. You have a full health bar, bro. You have a full health bar, use it. I don't agree with that all the time, Bumblebee. I don't think you should always screw off to the side. I actually like the front line. I think that's a valid way to play if you transition it properly. We're just not doing that. So again, like you have this health pack. You could have even just melee formed. But truthfully, I think being in range form is what you want to do most of the time. So I think you melee form to kind of finish people. So I wanted you to stay in this back line longer. Stay in range form because you want to eventually look for the pick. And then, because there's going to be confusion. This is your biggest asset, so you got to use it, right? But either way, not a bad, like, idea. I just think could have played it a bit. You could have extended it a bit more. Again, not bad target selection. You need to do the shield cancel there. You need to do melee attack, primary attack, shield, melee attack, primary attack, shield. Again, you're sitting at a full health bar. You can use it, dude. You can use it. I'm gonna go a little longer here. And if I don't see it... I think your mouse sensitivity is a little too low, by the way. I think your mouse sensitivity is a little too low. I don't think Angela's trash. I just think she's super hard to play. She should be a 5-star. I agree. I think Angela is a 5-star character. I'm gonna jump out real quick. Real quick. I'm sure you know this is a thing, but this is why I don't play Angela. Is she's so much work. You should pretty much be doing this every time.
I will protect my sister.
Every time you attack, you should be doing this. Boom. That's your combo right there. I just did more damage in a 1-second window than you've done all games so far with this little combo. Like you gotta learn this. This is your bread and butter. That's it right there. Right? So again, let's say that these are the two healers you were flanking behind, right? You're trying to push them into your team when you come from behind. This is what you should have done. Okay, now they're looking at you. Now they're looking at you. Fly up, shield, shield, shield. Okay, now you see their tank, so you going, oh no, their tank got healed. Okay, back on them. Boom, go in, commit to the kill, right? You need to kind of hover around them. You need to kind of be like doing this, kind of being behind them, being annoying. Okay, maybe take a little damage, get in their face, block some heals. Now you knock them away from your team, jump back, kill the... You have so many options, and we're just not exploring that because you're not staying in the fights long enough to develop that opportunity. Okay? So, let's keep watching here. Keep watching here. You gotta really push her to her maximum, or else you're just not gonna get enough value on this hero. You're just not. That's why I say, like, I don't want an Angel on my team. Because most people just aren't good enough to play her. That being said, she's a really great character to main. I will say. Like, I think she's a great character to main. Because she's very unique. This isn't gonna work. This is just... I'm not sure what we're doing right now. Yeah. Basically, you want to be going for... I like the spawn camp, though. That was cool. You want to be basically only going for pushes when you know it'll get you a kill or close to a kill. So, you should be playing these fights almost like a little slower in some ways. But great ultimate. Got the cleanup. Honestly, you carried that fight. Like, you carried that fight. That was honestly good awareness. I feel like your game sense is actually pretty good. Knowing that you could go get the Widow in the backline. Using your dash for mobility. I'm not sure about this one. Okay, there you go. The team's still coming out. Okay, so... Obviously, you're going for a ledge grab there. Thor can also knock you off the ledge. If I see a lot of good Angelas. What they'll do is actually, you can stand over here, right? make them see you. And if they don't, like a Thor or whatever melee character can't do anything. I mean, he'll try to ground you, but if he does, you just kill him. And you can like bait people to come to ledges. I see a lot of good Angels do that. By kind of that right there should have been a kill. That's what I'm talking about. So that would be an example of we're like just missing things in the neutral, where if you were just being a bit more of a presence and kind of controlling the fight and keeping track of where everybody is, something like that would just be like, oh, that's so free. Because he pretty much just landed right in front of you. Like, you're not going to get a... You know? That stuff is... Those kind of things are going to be way more easier to land. Alright. Your Thor's going in, but their Wolf went back. Usually, when I see people get behind me, just from like a decision-making perspective, I tend to let the Thor ult zone them and just go take the fight over here. Because if they're being this aggressive, what does that tell you? They're probably trying to ult, which, yeah, Wolf has ult, and yeah. So they're looking for a play on the healers. I usually try to deny it. This would be an example of when you need a peel, especially because you're on defense. And that really is with this character, a lot of what she is just being in the right place at the right time. Because your Thor's doing the zoning for you. But the wolf ints. So yeah, when you're low, just either get a health pack or go to your healers. Really need to be using that melee cancel. I would try to maybe just like, we just need more damage coming out. It's overall we're just not really doing enough. Your output is just too low. In a game like this, I would say you should be at about at least 5k damage at this point in the game. We're at about 4. If you're really carrying a game, you could be at like 5k damage, which is great because you're still like doing pretty good. Like that's 4, right? But I mean, think how hard you could be carrying this. If you were just, and all these times you're just kind of like waiting and floating around, you're just kind of like weaving in attacks on the edge. Just remember, too, they got to come to you when you have point. So use that to your advantage. You kind of just dove into their whole team. It's fine, but they got to come to you. Letting people get behind us sometimes. You had good pressure on their tanks, and you kind of... too much brawl into enough disrupt. What are we talking about?
My soul is not yours to claim.
Angela's a really interesting hero to watch. Because she just has so many choices. Alright, so your team gets a pick. See, I would not have gone for this. This is a point in the game where you're up. You don't want to give away pressure like this. You're basically... You have a 5v5, or 5v6 in your favor, and you just made it basically a 5v5. This would be a time where it's like, you need to be fighting with your team. Let's like, let them heal you, you know? Kind of just let your foot off the gas. It's not doing enough. Again, you just need to be poking them, doing damage, then going for a pick. And yeah, we got to learn that melee cancel. That's the #1 thing you got to do, is get that melee cancel. Because that's probably why a lot of these plays you're going for aren't really working, is because you just don't have the damage to soften them up in the neutral. We need to be doing more. We need to be doing more. Like, find their healers to stay on them, make their life miserable, and if their healers are zoning themselves from a fight, just rack up damage on the tanks. You eventually have to kill them. You have to push them off a point. You were up and you just didn't. There's a certain level of risk taking that comes while up, right? You need to punish them hard enough to where you close out a fight. You can't just let them hang around. And we're starting to see here why you're getting punished so hard. It's just, you just don't have enough aggression in the neutral. But I think overall, you're looking for plays, which is good. Like, you're going for picks on the back line, and I can tell you're very thoughtful about your decision making, which I think is a good thing to have on this character. but I think you're hindered by your own ability to actually execute those plays, which limits your decision-making overall. So for you, man, you just need to go into practice tool and do your melee combo like 100 times. I know that sucks. I know that's like a cop-out answer, but you just need to like go practice your mechanics. Come back in a week, show me another replay when you're actually doing that, and your world's going to open up with the amount of plays you can make. So try to stay in fights longer. You need to get the mechanics, or else it's not worth playing this character. It's really that simple. Like if you're serious about climbing. So I used a little tip. I used for the melee cancel. I used that. He's got, yeah, it's just not enough pressure, exactly. I put it on shift, actually. So my primary, I do shift for my melee attack, primary into shield. So my, in less than half a second, I do left pinky, right pointer, right index. And that's comfortable for me. So I'm kind of just like playing a piano. That's what it is. It's just muscle memory in my head of the melee cancel. It's shift is a weird button for it, but the reason I do it is because my left hand is separate from my right hand, and this just comes from years of playing MMOs. I had over 80 hotkeys. So for me, it's all about being comfortable with your inputs, and I'm not 100% comfortable. Maybe there's a better key than shift, but it's this one. I mean, it's obviously flipped, but this is my WASD hand right here. It's this one, then this one, then this one. So it's like, whoop. It's like playing a piano, right? And that's comfortable for me when I do the melee cancel. For you, it might be something different, but find a way where you can do it. I know 100 times in a row, bro. Do it 100 times in a row where you're not messing up while moving, while flying around. It's going to make you a better player almost immediately. Because, I agree. This might be the hardest tank in the game. That right there. Do that 100 times in a row. And until you get that, you know, don't even like go into rank, because you're operating under a false base of reference, you know. But like, you know, find whatever that is that's comfortable for you. See, I mean, I'm fucking it up now because I'm trying to do it faster. But it's hard, right? Because you got to do this while flying around. Like you got to be so comfortable with these cancels, right? Whoa, how did I miss that? This is why I don't play this character. Is she's so sweaty, bro? She's so sweaty. She's so much APM. Like I get carpal tunnel playing her. I swear. I would main this character if she wasn't, like, didn't fuck up my hands so much. But if you're young, dude, might send me a rogue game as well. Alright, bro. Well, hopefully that helped then. I'm on controller. Console's is a bit tough, to be honest, but I'll get better with it. Bro, if you're on controller, actually, maybe Angela's better on controller. Do you think Angela's, I feel like the combo with her might actually feel better on controller, because it kind of does what I'm talking about for you with just like the trigger buttons. If I were you on controller, I'd probably put melee attack on like one of the triggers, and then put another melee attack, like your primary, on another hand's trigger, or maybe like whatever your. But melee cancel is harder. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not surprised by that. For me personally, I'm just more comfortable on PC. I've been, you know, on it my whole life. So anything on console controller, I mean, I tend to find more difficult. All right, Zagman. Sorry that took so long. Zagman. But yeah, overall, I thought your decision making was decent. So, and then Gumbo, you're after this. So line is down to 2. And this is going to be a shorter stream this week, guys. I'll try to get to as many as we can here. All right, we got ourselves... Oh, wait, I think I watched you, Didn't I watch you last session here? Is this the right one? Double check. I got the shit list open. Yeah, Zagman. I got you last week as well. Yeah, no, I remember you. This is a good Hulk player. This is a good Hulk player. So this guy's actually higher ranked than me right now. This guy is I think it was Eternity I saw, and I'm in Celestial 1, so this guy's higher ranked than me. Let's watch some Hulk. Decides not to shield, using it for an extended trade. Saving it for when he needs it. I'm okay with this. It really is up to you how you play it, based on the situation. There's an argument for both, but in this rank, you do get punished more for being on cooldown. Kind of just getting overrun. I don't really think this is, like, your fault too much. The only thing I'd say is the more and more I've noticed, especially on this map, when they do go heavy dive, I usually put myself in a position where, like, you fight around, like, here and hug this corner, which is really tough because this is just a hard map to defend unless you turtle in here against double shield tank. But, yeah, I'm honestly, what was your mag doing? I kind of want to see what he was doing, because I feel like you were by yourself, like... Yeah, I mean, this is good, but he's kind of just letting your team die. I think your team's just getting diffed. Kind of want to see what happens here. More just frontlining. Got a squid up there. Yeah, I mean, you guys just aren't in sync. I don't really think this is your fault, to be honest. Like, I really don't think this is your fault. You should probably be looking for a, your healers here, because we are just like all over the place. I don't know, this game's pretty chaotic. Game's pretty chaotic. So I will say though, that is the downside of playing the way you play, is if you hold ground more ferociously, it's more evident when your team gets just like diffed versus the front line collapsed. So that would be an argument for like getting earlier shield trades. But I think, like I said, I think you played that fine. Like, I don't really think that was your fault. For a top 500 game so far, this seems a little chaotic. I generally don't think it's too worth to chase Spider-Mans. I usually think it's better to wait for them to combo than go for an air stun. Because you're just going to lose out on too much value, and yeah, like I said, like, I pretty much never do this, in my opinion. I think you're better off just kind of like playing near enough to where like they're at a point here, and kind of jumping between like high ground. So you do like a triangle between your front line and your back line type thing. Because the good Spider-Mans, I'm sure you know this, are going to go in when you go in, so you can't peel. And in a long map like this, it's obviously very difficult. But if you make them come to you and like communicate like an area where you can reliably, like, honestly, this room's not bad, but it's usually this corner, right? Which I'm not as big of a fan of. But You got to have some semblance of a front line either way. I don't think you can ever like fully commit to side flanking because he's just going to waste too much of your time. And now we don't get the front line or the back line because you got to back up. So this game is a little. Yep. I mean, I like this. It's probably the best chance you're gonna get. Good time to ult for sure. All right, we're forcing ults. Nice. Would have looked for maybe a grab there, but because you can kill out with like that damage imp you just saw. I like that, shielding the ult. Yeah, I mean you're playing well here. You're playing well. You haven't really made any major mistakes yet. I haven't really seen any major mistakes other than chasing the Spider-Man. I think your team's synergy is just like kind of off a little bit. Nice body blocking. Okay. So when we're at this point, actually, this corner is really good. This corner is really good. So you should. I like holding this area with the Spider-Man because you don't have to play the long part of the map and you have like places inside you could hide. Whereas like back here, not so much. So I will generally against any kind of dive try to keep it to a spot where I can kind of quickly because you have this little hole. This is like my favorite spot right here, bro. This is my favorite spot because your healers reach you through here. Immediate jump to them. Immediate jump to the back line if they ever try to push up. And the best part is they can't flank around from behind. It just takes too much time, right? So let's see what you do here. Yep, using your shield when you need. Yeah, so went a little too deep there. Didn't do what I said, but it's not the end of the world, right? They know that you're behind now. So good players, chat, they'll smell blood in the water. They just use, they as in your team, use Mag Bubble, use Hulk Bubble. They're trying to stabilize, and now look, this is when they go for the play. So you should be, in the back of your mind, you should be thinking a step ahead. So I messed up a play. They tried to get me. You shouldn't be thinking, okay, we're good. You should be thinking they are now going to try to make a counterplay while our 12-second cooldowns, 10-second cooldowns are coming back up. Right? This is what high rank is, chat. Is cooldown tracking, punishing mistakes, and let's see how it plays out. So you got your whole team in front of you for the most part. Spider-Man goes for the play, wastes the stun there. A bit ambitious. Your healer's you're just out of sync. But this one I do think is on you a bit, right? And it was for that initial trade you took with the Hawkeye. Again, just respect Spider-Man players that they're going to punish you for any kind of misstep or aggression, and just kind of almost use that to your advantage. You can kind of bait their engages. So when you do that, right, obviously, like, you got pulled and you know, that's not how you wanted to go, but you can, like, bait their engages. Spider-Man players are very predictable, in my opinion. And what you want to do is take, like, a soft trade, like, almost like a feign, when you know that their ults are coming up and your support's just ulted, obviously, and use it as a way, because I'm getting a lot better at this. I'm always trying to save my stun for Spider-Man, always, and I communicate that to my healers. It's your main way you stop him. In the neutral, that's, you know, it's more about like where you choose to frontline, So you pushing in and diving that Hawkeye, then getting caught. I mean, the idea behind the play is not bad, but it's more just force them to come to a spot where you want to fight. So I would say that's probably your first major mistake. I think you just like macro positioning, but overall I think you're still playing okay. It was just kind of like unfortunate. Let's see it. Beautiful. Off the map. Let's go. Off the map. Okay. We'll take it. I think he would have died before he got him off anyway, because you were clapping him. See, for me, I go for clip there. But, all right, not bad. Watch one more fight on defense, one more, and then we'll watch a little bit of offense. Because I want to see how you play now with your support ults. Because in alt phase, especially in higher ranks, it's all about how you use your bubbles. So I want to be seen. Now you reel it back, play a bit safer. You made your play. Now it's about trying to win the ult battle with supports here and making sure yours go through. So this is good what you're doing right now. This is good game sense. Playing a little slower, playing a little reeled back, like I said, farther back. I like that, how you blocked an area in the air, chat. Take notes. You don't have to always get an air stun. Just stop them from committing and look for another opportunity. At the end of the day, the Angel's taking damage and you're not. So this is good pressure by you. Yeah, your healers are playing really scared, man. Yeah, I mean, again, I think this is not on you. I think you're doing your job. I will say, though, with Angela, respect the fact that you're not going to kill an Angela. I would just say don't overcommit too hard, kind of the same with Spider-Man, but in a different way. Just remember, if you get her low on health and she wants to make a play on your backline, that's... Like, you eventually, you have to give your healers something to heal, okay? Winning the trade is good, but, like, you do have to give... Because good Angelas are just going to bait you forever. So you got to give your healers something to heal. Just remember that. But, like, overall, I think you played that good. I don't think that was on you, but maybe could have probably like played a little more frontline there. But overall, yeah, like not bad. Not bad. I think overall, like, you know, B+, A-. Let's watch some offense here.
Grateful.
Are you hanging in the hot tub and watching the SB with the boys tonight, coach?
Nah.
Who are you going for?
I appreciate that, Geladian. I think the Seahawks are going to win. I did get invited to a little Super Bowl party, but gotta work. Gotta work. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Matt got hooked. Dead. Your job is to make sure we don't stagger here. Keep your team up. They want to fight. A bit unlucky there. I after seeing something like that, I would think like, we kind of just waste our cooldowns. Probably want to chill here and just wait for Mag to get back at this point. Knowing the Emma's on cooldown, though. Not committing too hard. We like this. Really behind on heals. I like the space you're taking. The more gets a pick. Okay. Emma's still on cooldown. Moon Knight going for all. Yeah, I mean, this is solid. This is solid. I mean... Pre-shielding so you don't get frozen. Do a vertical jump. Okay, your Mag cleans. Very nice. Yeah, good. There's Cloak Ult. Okay, so we need to be saving healers. Perfect, perfect. Perfect. This, I always hate when healer players do this, bro. I always hate it because they see you coming to shield them and they ult early, they panic. But it's better them to ult than not. Okay, so you got your ult here. You know that the Luna's going to get her ult. You just use your shield here because your invis doesn't, you know that she needs to extend her ult. So let's adapt here now. Do we make a play with our ult, or do we go for a second bubble, right? Because they're pretty much going to get the fight here. They're pretty much going to get the fight here. From my point of view, I think you should just go for a play with your ult. I think you should ult early and just rip it. I think that's what you should do here. Just overwhelm them. Don't give them a chance to recover. Because right now, I think they're still on the back foot here. So I want to see you like clap, stun, like pretty much ult pretty soon here. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I feel like we're just kind of holding on to it.
Is 40k still a big deal now?
Alright, you won the ult slop. 40k still a big deal now? What do you mean? Thanks for the 5. Like the tournament?
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Alright. Pushing your back line. Nice stun. I wouldn't have clapped there. Micro mistake. I think you should have gotten behind him there and then clapped. Let your team walk up a little bit. You're already up in the fight. So if you get to like a body block, actually you're not up. Your more just died. But like this guy's so overextended. I think you kill him either way here. Oh, well, there you go. So that's why I think like it's not about like I know their healers are gonna have more time to reset and recover, but like just the angles, you just want to burst them out, right? You just want to burst them out. It's not so much about they can't heal them or not, or blocking heals because you have your shield. It's just like you want everybody to line up and be like, okay, boom, everybody shoot him at once, kill him, because then you transition that to, you know, whatever, diving the backline or saving Venom. All right, we'll watch one more fight here. Overall, pretty solid gameplay. Pretty solid here.
Judge, jury, executioner.
Like the shield timing there. Not terrible to take damage and give ult charge to your other healer, right? Because the invis doesn't give ult charge obviously when ult's down. Something I do sometimes. Little trick. I'll purposely face tank Moon Knight and Punisher ult when I know I can take it to get our other support to ult charge. Something another reason why a lot of times I have a really high damage taken stat. Okay, so situationally, we know Punisher doesn't have ult. You're already 78 to your ult, so should be looking to make a play here. We don't need to be honestly, really good play on the Psylocke. I was going to say we don't need to be diving too hard, but then you end up getting a kill on her. Again, I feel like we should just ult here. Holy shit. Alright, you should ult now. You should definitely ult now if you're not going to ult then. Venom's on cooldown. You need to go. You need to just stuff him in and get the point. You're already too late with the ult. You're already too late. Yeah, I don't know what we're waiting for. I don't know what we're waiting for. That he's on cooldown, man. You fight there because you know he can't go and touch. You have to all here. You have to all here. Yeah. All right. Well, at least we got you. Couple plays in the neutral that I thought were really good that even I wouldn't have gone for. Like that kill on the Psylocke was really nice. Okay. So we're gonna stop it there. So overall, solid. This is good gameplay. Pretty much everywhere you needed to be most of the time. A couple times you kind of wasted time. I like almost never. I think it's worth to chase Spider-Man. Almost never. It's like you're better off just like making a play off of him being reactive. I'm not sure why we didn't ult there. No reason not to. Stuff some. You have more health bar. They live the Psylocke. Like, not sure what the reason is there. I think that just comes down to cooldown tracking. You know, Venom's on cooldown. If your argument is like, yo, I mean, you want to fight right here, really, like, right, stuff them, right? But if not, you can always kind of like skirt back here. You know, you have ways to deny them from walking up and basically forcing the Venom into a fight he doesn't want. I thought your shield timings were pretty much perfect. I think your macro decision making could be a little bit better as far as like where you choose to fight. It just comes down to the comp, but overall, yeah, like really solid gameplay. See why your Eternity. W Hulk. I'm curious why you didn't ult here. Was it just like you didn't think it was going to work, or I thought, I mean, you could have at any point you could have just jumped in, ulted, and it would have been fine because you should have a sense of like how close the card is from winning the fight before. So be curious to hear your thoughts on that. Maybe there's an argument that maybe there's a reason I'm not seeing, but you know, obviously you got all at least before you die there. But you played that perfectly. I mean, Psylocke really shouldn't have died there. I thought he played it well. It's not a play I would have gone for, but again, you punish mistakes, right? I think getting a kill on Psylocke as Hulk, while good, is usually a mistake by the Psylocke. But it's good cooldown tracking either way from him. Overall, though, really good. W gameplay. Okay, well, line is down to 1. Gumbo, are you here? Gumbo? I generally think it's better to ult like halfway through support ults for 2 reasons. One, it gives you a chance to get a kill on someone during the ult.
Call grateful.
To just win your
Replay
team the
ID,
fight.
10,587,690,235. Don't be too mean. I took a 2-week break.
All right, I got you. I'll add you to the list. 2, if there is another support on your team who needs ult, they can actually snipe a little ult charge as well. And then 3, and this is the one I think a lot of people underestimate, you start stacking the ult charge for your next ult a little sooner. Also, you get healed during ults. You definitely don't want to ult during your first support ult, unless you know you have your ult really early, but halfway through the second, or even like a little early into the second, is totally fine. It still gives you a big enough window, because you know they're going to be popping ults, right? That's why I said, are you going to wait for second shield? Because you could have interrupted the, I believe, the strange ult. And in those situations, I'll usually be looking for a stun. And that's why I get a lot of stuns, is I'm thinking about that, because I know their ults are coming down, my ults are coming down. So I either ult early and overwhelm them and win the fight, or use it defensively and prolong the fight, right? Because in that situation, like I said, on offense, I feel like it's better just to because they were already coming out of the portal. I think they were down 1. So I generally, like, when I smell blood in the water and try to finish it. But, yeah, overall, pretty good. Pretty good. W gameplay. Okay. Let's, Gumbo, okay. So I need your replay ID and your in-game names. I can look at your messages, actually, and see if you typed it. Let me see if you typed it. Yeah, I need to get a third monitor, I think, guys. Actually, just type it again, will you? Coach, did you know the original idea of Hulk was him being able to throw heavy objects at opponents? Dude, I would love that. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. First week, and then Jack, you're next here. First week of season 6 after the reset, I was playing MSG, but tried Venom since our Daredevil wasn't doing much, it wasn't swapping, so I tried to enable him more. Okay, got it. Yeah, I believe the last time we watched Legion Star, he was on the Thor map. I can't remember exactly what I told you. All right, GM1 or GM2, I think. And this is a full game, guys, because Gumbo is a tier 3 member. And we are on Groot. And this is a pretty long game, so we'll try to... I like the wall setups. I think on defense, it's okay to put them like that. Saving one for the thing. I think on offense, you want to use them more for trying to get kills, get picks on people. I mean, I don't really play too much Groot, so... I'll do my best, bro, but... I feel like with Groot, you just farm ult charge, put down your walls. I think you need to be taking a little bit more damage for your team. Because you got your Ironwood wall here. So you could have just been, I know this sounds weird, but you kind of wanted to take a bit more damage for your team. Because they're kind of just getting overwhelmed. And when the tanks start running at them, like, stand in between them and kind of, like, move back with them. Because what you do is the enemy team has to focus you, and then you just use your walls to block it. So you kind of, like, direct where they're going to be shooting just by where you're positioning. I think a lot of tanks don't do this enough, is, like, know when to take damage. This would have been a good time, because you're falling behind and your health bars need to stabilize. So you got to use this massive resource that you have, this 800 health, 900 health, whatever Groot. Wait, 900? How does he have 900? I thought Groot had 800 health. What's up, Byler? Chilling? And try to Because now you're kind of in the spot where you're behind, and now you will take damage, and you're just not gonna have the output. But yeah, like, just kind of got overrun. Need to frontline a bit more. Because again, when you can almost bait people.
10,196,973,022 lost this one last night. Played Thing and Mag with 17 finals. Mainly curious on your perspective of if the Hulk was just throwing or I wasn't playing around him enough. Diamond 1.
All right, I got you, Dare Shingen. Appreciate the 20. So 20 just means we'll go longer here. All right.
The moon haunts you.
So whenever you get run down by a strange like this, right, and you're falling behind, I was reading chat. As Mag, in my opinion, it means you're losing the war of attrition, and that you've already kind of messed up, right? Because as a shield tank, you want to keep a certain level of spacing, but have enough pressure to where when push comes to shove, you can hold the card at key chokes. Right now, you want to be in this like feeling out phase of playing safe and keeping your team alive, which just seems like you're doing that. But let's see why you got to this point to begin with. Why did we fall behind so much on healing here? Because I was looking at chat. Because that's not where you want to be. Okay, so lost first checkpoint, swapped to mag. On the high ground here. Okay, so you waste a bubble because you think the Spider-Man was going to hook you. Okay, you have pressure right now. I know you're on cooldown. This is a bad shield. This is a really bad shield. You should have an idea of like you're ahead. You push them off. They're going to be backing up, and you want to hold this corner. So I want to see you be up here, kind of like getting off melee attacks once you know the Moon Knight's push off. Moon Knight's the big one, right? Because you know he still has ultimate. And you don't have bubble right now. So you need to be in a spot where you can avoid the ultimate. I would have maneuvered here, shot from up top. If you can do it without taking too much damage. The problem is now you have no cooldowns, so you're just going to get shredded. You just wasted both your cooldowns on nothing. At least with the Spider-Man pull, try to react to it. But I generally would opt to use the shield for Spider-Man because you can actually determine how long it is, right? You can just do a quick one and not lose too much value for it and still have it up again. That's why you don't use bubble for it. So you should be, yeah. That's what, see what I mean? You didn't do it, you had the right idea. Right here, boom. Melee attack, get up, use the high ground so Moon Knight doesn't kill you. He has to make a choice. Again, just situational awareness. You know you're on cooldown, you don't have nothing, you need to get to a safe spot. Kind of need to recognize that. Getting a little too tunnel vision here. Kind of just wasting cooldowns. And again, you can contest high ground way easier when you're up top. So, I mean, really, if you're in a game, and obviously now you're falling behind because you didn't really do the necessary steps to kind of like keep your cooldowns and push the Moon Knight off, but you stabilize. Now it's just kind of like they're running over you. Nice aim. Really good aim. So you got to kite back here. You don't really have a choice until your support ults. They ult. We're good. Look for a bubble on her. Really, that's who your main focus should be. I would probably save your ult for Strange ult, believe it or not. I actually... Okay, well, he messed up anyway. I don't think your ult was the best. I don't think your ult was the best there. I think you save it for Strange because... your Luna died? How did your Luna die?
By the eye of Agamotto.
She walked out of the cloak ult. Well, I mean, you had bubble. But that's also why I say you save it for Strange ult, is so this doesn't happen. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. How did she die, though? You stopped your ultimate. You could have absorbed the shots there. At least you got... I think that was the bubble, yeah? Okay, so, like, overall, not the worst, but... Just remember, you can stop pretty much Strange's one shot with it. All right, that was a full charge. Okay, so like just awkward timing on it. Just awkward timing on it. Yeah, I really do not think ulting cloak is that great here. It's just I mean, I get why you did it, but it's just a lot of times in games, I feel like that is such a low probability play. You think of it this way. Everybody on their team, wants to be shooting when Strange does his ultimate to get a burst kill. So you want to deny that. So ulted a little early there, in my opinion. Your ult can immune the Strange ult. So now that we have our Luna dead, it's not looking good. You're just going to want to probably get out and try to get another fight. Really, your accuracy is honestly pretty good. Pretty solid accuracy. So you get out here, very nice. I would get out. I would get out here sooner rather than later. You can almost kind of bait them to bite you right now. Your Luna is just... She's in a bad position, but I think if you were out here a little sooner... maybe you could have pushed him off a bit, but I don't know what the Luna's doing. Like, and she just wastes her ult. Like... Oh, wait, did Spider-Man ult? I didn't hear it, if he did. Okay, well, she did waste her ult. That's what she cast it before the Spider-Man ulted, but again, it worked out. This is twice now the enemy team has ulted into your support ults instead of waiting or forcing, but, you lucked out. Honestly, Mag really isn't a great pick here. A thing would be much better for your team. Although Mag does get better on last checkpoint, you're really just struggling to really get much. So with you, it's really is just like you gotta have good ults. You gotta have good ults. Your accuracy's really nice on Mag. Like it's legit better than me. Like you have really good accuracy. Yeah, I would try to hold this area here, just because it's a long place where you can shoot, and your healers have a bunker that can hide behind you for the Angela, for the Spider-Man. Now that they swapped off a Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean they went Iron Fist. They're definitely trying to counter you. Yeah, late on the bubble. They're definitely trying to counter you here. Again, wouldn't ult here. It's already too late. You've already lost the fight. Now would be a good time. I would have done it there. Yeah, I would have ulted there for sure. I would have ulted there for sure. Because it continues to play, right? You see this? Your Bucky makes a nice play. You're down right now, right? I mean, you should be looking at this as pretty much last fight, because your only other play is Strange Portal. You save yourself a portal maybe with this. The reason you ult here is because, I mean, by now you should at least have seen their comp and know the only thing you can really ult is Strange or Cloak. They use Cloak and your Bucky hooked her out. So you stop all damage on your Bucky and at a time when they're immune to damage as well, and gives you a chance to turn the fight. Also, their Cloak's out of the fight, so you know her cooldown usage is going to be more predictable. I would have ulted there, 100%. Boom. Ult. Stop all the damage, turn the fight. You know she's going to fade. You see how you wait to use your cooldowns and they just over-aggress? Think of it this way. Every time you use your ultimate, for every person not alive on your team, that ult is going to have less and less of a chance to work. But for every person alive on your team, it also is you're trying to make up for them not being there by applying the appropriate amount of pressure to what you need to win the fight, right? The worst ult you could do is an ult where you get a kill but don't win the fight. That's the worst ult you can do. Right? But then you really take a look at it from like a team perspective. It's like, okay, well, maybe we just needed 2 ultimates and my team should have ulted with me. That's something you got to communicate. But as a ranked solo queue player, you want to find places where you can immediately win your team the fight with your ultimate. I don't see a better opportunity than, like I said right there. Because now it's just going to be desperation. And what's going to happen here is you're going to look for an ult, and the pressure on them is not going to be great enough for that ult to get any real value. So it's just going to be a desperation, like all or nothing. It's going to be either live by the mag or die by the mag. And you're just not giving yourself the best chance to carry, right? So they're ready for this, right? And, you know, like, you got him, but come on. Like, we all know why you got that. Right? We all... But Iron Fist taking one for the team, bruh. Taking one for the team. I ain't never seen this. And, thank you, Zamith. So... I would say that's more of a mistake by them than it was a good play. But hey, you got the kill, like props. It's, but what did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? The worst ultimates are ones where you get a kill and still lose the fight. So there you go. There you go. Because now you've used a major cooldown and still haven't stopped this cart from moving. So it's kind of cooked. Kind of cooked. So again, if we go back to that play before, you were down 1, you had an opportunity to turn the fight, you didn't see it. Some ultimates are a great tool to kind of stabilize a losing fight. And you want to always use just enough power to win the fight and reset. So you don't sell your ult economy. Okay? Okay. Let's keep going here. I'm going to watch on a little more speed here. This part of the map is mostly just trading, keeping people at back. Right. I want you... I do want you to shoot at their backline a little bit, because what it's going to do is push them backwards and let you stop the cart. You kind of want to stop at this choke just because you have line of sight. I think this is a really good place, because if you don't, then you're pretty much forced to play low ground. This is a really important spot to hold, in my opinion, because you get 1, 2, this little corner here, after respawns, and then 3. You get 3 more fights. There's no portal here, right? This is a really hard point to get. So you don't want to reduce the number of fights. Force them to fight you, even if you know you're going to lose. I still think it's worth it to just at least try, right? You just kind of give it to them too easily. Take more risk upon yourself. Push her. If they're not going to front line, use that to your advantage. Semi-bottleneck. Right. You want to use that. That's a place you want to be fighting here and pressuring. Angela gave you pretty much a free access to their backline. They aren't able to capitalize, though. So, yeah, I mean, this is good. This is really good. Fight back. Cloak ults. I would be stopping the cart right now. I don't like how this just moved for free. I really don't like this. I really don't like this. Because you should win this fight because you guys ulted second, right? You should win this fight. I know your Luna died, but at the very least, you're going to want to force their Luna ult here. And if you do, that means that they have no support ults while you get to fight on, like I said, number 2. But if you let this cart move too far during the fight, by the time you lose, basically you should be playing for, even if you lose, you win. You should be, every fight I do, I'm thinking next fight, because I know the cart's going to move roughly a third. That's usually what I've noticed. Like most checkpoints, the cart will move roughly a third. So a third would be boom to boom, right? Like if you want to like factor it in thirds, 1/3, like right here, 2/3 to here, you know, and then the last third is this stretch, right? So every checkpoint's roughly like 2 fights, you know. So their Luna's, oh, nice. Okay, your Emma ulted, that's gonna turn it. You guys get the dub. But yeah, I mean, you could have done all that while stopping it. Okay, so now we know they have Luna. A lot of mistakes I see Mags make on defense is using their ult to kill the Luna rather than using their ult to stabilize the fight, like deny a play by them. So, and especially on this part of the map, you can ult to keep Luna bottled up, but you want to be using it as late as possible.
Coach, I hit Celestial for the first time yesterday. We lost this game where I was on Rocket. Could have done anything differently? Name just blame tank ID. 10,228,461,539.
All right, I got you, bro. I got you. Appreciate that. Shit, man, I got to eat some food. We're gonna be here a while. We might be streaming a bit into the Super Bowl, guys. I'm gonna say right now, this was supposed to be a shorter stream, and we're already got a line of 3 people with 2 longer sessions. Appreciate all the support, guys. Probably not gonna be able to have too many any more free VoD reviews today. So, if anyone looking for that, I will just say that. But I appreciate it, guys. Okay, so overall, not terrible. Anyone who says the argument basically did letting this cart move in a fight, that fight potentially increase your chance to win. And I would say no. Yeah, so save. We play last fight. And, so, this is kind of what I'm talking about here. You did win that fight, but had the cart not moved from here to here during the fight, when you won the fight, it wouldn't have moved from here to here, right? It would have moved from here to here. And then you use this choke to slow them down. Poke, 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 poke. You really want to be denying space. Poke, poke, poke. Push, push. Okay, slow him down, slow him down, slow him down. Okay, you just got 15 seconds off the clock to now where you're backing up and then the cart's here. So you get to hold this corner. You see how I like holding the cart in that point where you know you can stop it, even though you still won the fight and you're like, oh, it's not a big deal. You see why it's still important? You see why I because it's just you're cutting the number of fights they get. Because now this is pretty much last fight, because this corner here, you kind of, this is, you know, you're not all really there to defend it. So this is pretty much last fight. So just from something as simple as taking a little damage and stopping card in a fight that you're probably going to win anyway, right? You're really paying for it here. You're really paying for it. It's hard, right? It's hard on Mag to know when to take space. It really is. But when support ults are going down, that is always the best time to do it. So let's see how we do this ult here. Let's see how we do this ult. Okay, if Rocket's gonna ult, and he puts in his ship spot like this, what I said changes. Okay, again, comes down to situational. Because I said you want to extend the fight, use your ult as a way to keep your team up to transition to support ult. Well, you already got your support ult. You got to combo it here. You have to. It's not ideal, but you ulting, you got to remember, also makes it so this rocket ult does not die to projectiles because you suck them up. So it not only keeps it up longer, but obviously got a lot better chance to kill stuff. So I mean, hopefully that's obvious enough. You should ult here. You shouldn't wait. If you don't ult within like a second, we're misplaying here. Boom. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Not, I think I saw what you were trying to do. You were trying to get your ult off before the rocket ult got killed, I think is what happened. That's why I say just, you got to recognize that sooner, ult sooner. But I like the timing, W timing. I think it's still going to be enough. It's still going to be enough. I am so down for you to push this and fight them. Because even if you die back here, they have to walk, they have to come to you. So you can kind of, like I say before, do that kite back thing I said. You're full health. Take a little damage, it's okay. Like try to win your team the game here. Hopefully you do this. Oh my god, you just got destroyed. Yeah, back up, never mind. No, I like this. This is good. The push. Get in their face. They have to walk up to you. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's not your fault. That's not your fault. Your cloak needs ult sooner there. That's not on you. Yeah, I mean, you need to swap. You need to swap the thing right now. You should have done it last fight, but you need to swap the thing right now. They have to fight you. They have to be on point, but I think it's already too late. I think when they swapped Iron Fist, by the way, you should have gone thing. But, okay, let's watch you on offense here. And just a reminder, chat, this is a tier 3 member, so they get a full game here.
0, 2,
All right, now we got some Venom on offense. Do the B-hop rollout, bro. I think it's gonna be the Seahawks, guys. Seahawks. All right. What are we doing? Penny? Not a big fan of Venom into this. I think your mag was okay. Like, I think you should have stayed in a bit longer. You should be swinging out right before Penny's second stun. So she tries to get you with it, but she'll just miss. Like, you almost want to, like, bait out cooldowns. You could have been in a little longer. You have about a, what, like 2-second window before her stuns up. And she's going to try to use it on you. So you should use that to your advantage to bait out cooldowns, right? Because you had plenty of health left. You had plenty of health left. I think we just need a bit more... Alright, Cloak used her bubble. That's an invitation to dive there. But really, I don't think Venom's a great pick here. But you're playing it alright. I just think you need to stay in a little longer. To be honest, I don't even think Mag's good into Penny. Like, I don't. To be honest, I don't really know Venom very well, but this doesn't seem to be working. Go in, she stuns you. Second stun, pop your shield. Nice, you stayed in longer. This is good. You could have been doing this earlier. You should. You gotta sync up your damage amp with people, dude. Like, you should tell Cloak. You should tell your Cloak to damage amp with your ult. All the good Venoms do that. Tell your team to focus, burst through. Jesus Christ. Typical Jeff, dude. Nice, weaving the melee attacks. I feel like your sensitivity is a little low. No! Outplay her, what are we doing? You could have killed her. Use the wall, use the wall.
Only 60 seconds left.
Also, I want to see you go for headshots more on the Venom. Your tracking looks a little sluggish. I liked your mag accuracy. I'm not a fan of the Venom. It looks a little sluggish. You need to be more locked in with your tracking, like really kind of. I want to see more like this little stutter, like kind of like more micro. You're kind of doing these like big sweeping movements. I want you to be more precise. Wants to avoid third melee because it's slower than actually shooting. Yeah, I feel like your sense is a little too low, or not twitchy enough. It's not twitchy enough. It's like you're still playing mag, you know? I don't think, I mean, at this point, you're just feeding ult charge. You waited for a bubble, so you're committed. Okay. Knew you could get the kill. Yeah, I like how you stayed in longer, bro. I also don't think it would have been terrible to leave the fight as soon as you baited bubble, then go back in. But you seem to know your limits there. I think you should be trying to get active. Yeah. Okay, somebody else did for you. You should be looking to peel for your team. You should be looking at... This is not good. You should be trying any way to keep your team alive. I know it doesn't sound right, but even on Venom, you need to be doing this. Even on Venom, you need to be doing this. Probably a long shot. Probably wasn't going to matter, but that's your only real play there. Unless somebody on your team like, hooks somebody out, right? It's just a body block damage for your team. Alright, team's walking up. I would dive their DPS here to make it easier for your team to walk up. While your team can actually follow up. Nice. Good force. Mag is ulting. Trying to break the bubble. Valid. Okay, so you know they have no support ults. You have your ult coming up. Make a play. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, overall pretty solid. Yep. It's really just your accuracy on Venom. Not really good at Venom at all because I don't play him, but I want to try and enable my Daredevil. Yeah, I mean, I think you played him overall, like, not too terrible. I think you could be weaving melee attacks in a bit more just in general. I don't see you doing that enough. And then, yeah, just practice the primary. I don't know what they're, like, why didn't they portal? So I would say for this part of the map, you're going to want to do slightly shorter trades. Kind of like that, because it's a lot easier to focus you down as you're trying to escape, because of how open the map is. So kind of go in, waste their time a little bit, swing out, get the group to look back. Like, they're all looking at you right now. I would not stay in here for long. Yep. Perfect. Get the space, get to your ultimate. I would try to set up a play here to kill through ults, potentially. Kill through support ults. The worst thing you want to do right now is use your ults and still lose the fight, like I said. Make sure we win it. So set something up here. I would probably just do it here to try to overwhelm them. I think this fight's pretty important. But your team makes the play. You don't have to. You should be spawn camping with ult. You should be spawn camping here. As soon as they walk out, you need to jump in on them. You should not. This is not where you should be. Yeah, it's already too late. Yeah, there we go. See what I mean? You wanted to force that 5 seconds ago. You wanted to force that when they were, like, walking out, right? Like, this is when you wanted to force it. Just, at a certain point, you got to give your team a little leeway and be like, yo, we're gonna be able to deal with the people diving. And then, yeah, like I said, transition the pressure you get on a kill onto one of the tanks if you... But ideally, you're trying to force, right? So now we looking for a play to kill through. You have an opportunity. Loki lamps it. So you guys win this. Goes to overtime. You guys somehow win this. Nice portal. Okay, so you're playing off the Daredevil. Still on him. Same thing I said about the Iron Fist I think applies here. Although with Venom I think you can go in a little earlier. Basically, you want to start tanking damage for your team before they do too much to your team. So we get out early here. You got the lamps. So I don't think you should be face tanking too hard because pretty much the first fight on this point after initial like your fight should be go in, get the lamps, and then try to go in again by the time they're up, which is 25 seconds. So we're taking a lot of damage here. You shouldn't be thinking get to support ult. You should be thinking get a kill on Venom, I feel like, when you get a cooldown like that. So you're kind of like taking a little too long here and taking a little too much damage for no reason. What are we doing? You're just feeding the ult charge. I mean, he's being kind of dumb, so I mean it's working, but like they have a chance to get to support ults here because we just took so much damage. But at the end of the day, their tank did too, so I mean we get the dive, it's just too little too late. And this is just your team fell behind and you felt obligated to go for a play. Remember, they got to walk to you. You don't have to always, like, this would have been a time where it's just like sit around the corner, wait for the heals. As soon as the Strange walks up, which you know he has to do, punish the healers when they don't have lamps, kill them before they get support ults. If your team dies to a Strange with all this space, that's on them. Okay? So we could have played that a bit better. I don't really think we really need to see too much else. Again, I know the play like semi-worked because you got to kill on the Strange, but again, we're not doing the first best thing. We're doing like the third best thing, right? So this is just alt slop. I'm not really gonna... We'll judge how you use your alt here, but this is all just alt slop. Yeah. Get Emma alted. Yeah, this is going to be tough with the Jeff, but you know they don't have support ults. So make the play, win the game. Lamps are down. This is your opportunity. Boom, go for it. Wait for your team to get up. Ease them into the fight. I like the initial poke. Here we go. Get your kill on the Loki. Beautiful. Alt to stay alive. Yeah, I like how you played that. I do, actually. You just need to swing out at the end. I like how you played that. You did need to do your tendril, though. This is really dragging on. Although you should know that with Loki, like, yeah, he can. I'm the reason, chat, that I like how he played is because you know Loki can teleport even with Lamp. So Loki still has ways to outplay the Venom ult. So the fact that he didn't do it right away is honestly, like, I think a sign of intelligence. Because it also gets the other healer to kind of reveal themselves and play closer to you. This is a really long game, though, so we're just trying to... Man, Venom gets his ult so quickly. Oh, wow. Okay, nice. And let's watch your defense here. Or offense, I mean. Back on the Groot. You don't really need to walk to the side there. Just kind of take damage for your team. Use your walls for defense. There you go. Now you're dead. Yeah, so we didn't need to walk through here. We didn't need to abandon this choke. You had a lead, and then you kind of gave it away. You just stopped harassing them. And you let them get past this little choke. This is the big choke as Groot where you want to, like, get picks with your walls. So you should be porting here. Hopefully you do it. Okay, good. You want to put that on the ground here. I think you want to put that on the ground. You want to probably would have wanted to put it maybe like, I don't know, here or right on her. Right? To give your team a spot to play around the penny mines. Right here is good because they can just shoot the penny mines from your base. Maybe a little up, right? Maybe like right here so they can jump into it so they have a better angle. Something like that I think could work. Not a big fan of this one. Because now you have to use cooldowns to get through the portal. And here comes the alt slop. And yeah, just Cloak and Dagger is going to win alt slop most of the time. Trying to get to our alt. Oh, We need a one shot. It's Funny gets ult. Beautiful. I would be looking for an ult sooner rather than later.
By the eye of Agamotto.
We just can't afford to lose this. I should get this. So you guys lose next fight here. Do they port? I think they port, yeah? No, they don't port. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, you gotta ult, man. You're letting these fights go on too long. Sooner rather than later. You gotta make a play on them before you guys lose. Right? I know you're scared that they're gonna dive. Again, it goes back to what I was saying. Give your team a little bit of leeway. You have a cloak. She can sit in. The sooner you aggress on their team before they aggress on your team, the sooner you're putting the game in your hands, right? You're not putting the game in their hands. Healing is good, but you can't just be defensive the whole game. You do need to actually go for something here. I need that same level of aggression you had on Venom. I thought your Venom was... Yeah, like you don't need to be sitting on card all the time. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but you got two tanks. You're the tank that needs to go and make a play, especially when you have cooldowns. Because again, the farther up you force cooldowns, the more safe your team is because they have to hold this area. You need to give them area to fall back to so they can stabilize, and then you fall back to the point, and then this is where you camp out. See how this is just too bottled up because you're not taking space. All right, so last fight here. See how y'all. And they just make a play on you. They just make a play on you. Yeah. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Well, I mean, there you go. There you go. I think your Venom ults were actually like pretty decent. Good patience with them. Groot needs work. I think you need to be using you need to be knowing when to take damage on Groot and when to use walls. Groot is a character that you should always kind of be relatively close to your healers, I feel like, because there's always a chance you can get a pick. So you just want to be constantly harassing their health bars so that you have more chances at those picks, right? And then you just use your shield can have dual purposes, right? When you block heals, because it actually stops a lot of the damage you take. And that's partly why Groot is so tanky. So what does that mean? It means when you're healthy and you're doing damage to them, you need to push that lead, and that's when you use walls. Time your walls for when you actually have pressure or when they have pressure. We're kind of just using them at random. Okay. I thought your mag was your best character. I think if you use your ults a little earlier on him, I think you're going to actually find a lot more success. I think you should play more mag. And just remember that when your team is down on ultimates, don't always view that as just like, oh, we lose a fight. There is a way, like, you can counter enemy team damage ults to basically give yourself free support ults. So use it as a way to win close fights rather than like completely turn the tide of a fight that's just unwinnable. That's going to be the big thing for you. So there you go, Boom Coach. That's a tier 3 membership, guys. So they get the full game, full coaching session, which is usually about 30 minutes. And hopefully that helps. Appreciate your continued support. Gumbo. Couple tanks that game. We're going to move on to the next one, which is Rod Skyhook. I believe it's Sorry. Next here is the Jack the Snack that Smiles Back. Good tanking all around. Yeah, I thought that was pretty solid. I mean, I thought that was pretty solid. I thought your ults on Venom were actually the best, even though you don't play that character. I thought you had a pretty good sense. You didn't give me your name, Jack. I don't know who you are here. So let me know in chat who you are, and I will be right back. All right, you were a ladies' man. Oh, you got Hulk diffed. Oh no. Overextended too much this game? All right, let's take a look. The enemy Hulk got MVP. Let's see why. This will be interesting. We are in Diamond. And this will be about a 10-15 minute here. It's crazy that I get this type of lag in the replays too. Kind of crazy. Okay, here we go. New map, Hulk. All right, getting some early ult charge. We like that. I know you think you're fine, but just because you get a lead in a fight doesn't mean the right answer is to always jump in. It generally is make sure everybody's okay so you can continue to push the fight. It's a common mistake I see a lot of Hulks make, is they get a pick and then they don't get a full reset. You got to remember, your mobility is so great that you can re-engage pretty much any time you want. Should be Lamar playing today? You don't get no argument here. So what you should have done instead of jumping in is kind of just like hung around here, just punching the wall and literally body blocking for your teammates until you can stabilize and get a reset. Because a disaster would be to get a pick and then, because this choke's really great for Hulk, and lose fighting over this choke entirely. That's a lot of how I determine whether I'm going to fight or not. Is this a spot we want to hold? Can we hold? And is it going to be harder for them to push me off of it? So you realize it, you back up. Not a bad shield. I really like this aggression. But I had a couple punches there. I think you kind of got spun around there. You should hear those walls. I think somebody just killed them. I got like a twig left over. What the heck? The last, this is what's left of the Groot wall, but proof that it was there, even though you didn't see it. That's something you should be doing all the time on Hulk, is saving your bubble for Groot walls, kind of side strafing, punching them as you walk around, or jumping up if you think you can get a kill, or right, like you just more output, right? You just need more output. It's kind of a waste of a shield, right? You're full on health. I know you just want ult charge, but like, this would have been a much better time to shield when they go in on you, and they're going in on you because you just wasted it, right? Use your shield to get punches on people, right? Because it's a close range area. So they have to fight you here. They have to hit you. So use your shield when they do. Right? There's no point in shielding, and then now they're gonna push on you and you don't get the fight. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta use your health bar more before you just skip. You're just like skipping steps. You could get way more damage off by using your shield when you're actually low, because it means you get to stay in fights longer. I want to see you use corners more, man. You can use this corner here. If Thor wants to hit you, force him to come here. Like, pull him over here. Well, I guess the wall got broken, so you can't anymore. I actually didn't even know this was destructible, so glad I found that out. But then, right, now you pull him out of the way. You're still in line of sight of your healers. Makes it a little more difficult to heal. You want to kind of, like, dictate where you fight here, right? You're kind of opting. You're just kind of, like, standing out in the open. Make it a little harder for him to hit you. And then what that's going to do is bait out cooldowns, right? There you go. Hitting the walls. Should have clapped there, because you had to line up on two of them. You should have clapped there. You would have hit a double. You should have jumped to the person ahead, landed an attack, and then bubbled when they used to jump to see if you wanted to continue chasing or get out. That would have been the play there. So just, I'm always... New Hulk, I'm always looking for clap lineups, always. And that's honestly a lot of times what I save it for, because it just gets so much more value that way. Because of the cooldown reset. Yeah, I don't know what this is. And it kind of just goes back to what I was saying. Jumping in when you should be stabilizing. I mean, obviously that one was pretty big lapse. Pretty big mental lapse. But I would say the upside here is you're fearless. Like, You're not scared of getting in there and fighting. I think you just, okay, just a little late on everything. So, little tip. You gotta respect your opponents enough to actually use cooldowns. When I'm against anybody who has micro CC, like Moon Knight or Phoenix, pretty much, I try to anticipate when they'll see me and pre-shield, because good ones are going to immediately either harass you and use their micro CC for when you're about to jump out, or just do it right away and just win the trade outright. And especially in a situation where you're way behind them, they're just going to use it right away. Because realistically, you're never going to get a kill here, so it's like pre-shielding is almost better because it's just safer. So it's more like situational, right? I would be, and maybe this is why I don't get as many kills on Hulk, is sometimes I'll respect my opponents too much and take the safer route, because I know there's really not a ton of, like, the downside is a lot greater than the upside. The downside, right, is you just die here and lose the point. The upside is, okay, you kill a DPS, maybe, but you're still going to be overextended and you're going to be behind in a fight, and they're going to have a pretty big opportunity to turn on you. So I think taking the safer the option is better here. I'm just trying to get in your head here why we didn't like shield and ult there. And I think you were just getting tunnel vision is what it looks like. You're just getting too tunnel vision. Teams pops ults, wins the fight. Okay, so your Invis used ultimate and your Ultron is not a real support. So I'm going to ask you right now, Jack, what do you think the best way to use your ultimate right here is? I think there's two acceptable options to say, but from like a macro point of view, what are the two best ways to use your ultimate here? I think one answer is better than the other, but I'm kind of curious to see what you say. I want to hear what your reasoning is right now, because this is a pretty pivotal moment in the game. You're at a disadvantage when their cloak comes back. They have more support ults coming up here. They have all their ults pretty much. So what is the play here? You tell me. How should this fight go out? I kind of want to hear your mindset, because it's gonna. I think I got to do this more, because when I hear your guys' mindset, it kind of like helps me see what the vision is behind some of the plays you go for. You accidentally jump there? Okay, that's no problem. I mean, that happens. I've had that happen before. Poke them and line up with clap. No, like, how are we using our ultimate? Oh, using your ultimate to poke and line up with clap? No. No. No, I mean, that if you're trying to get to your support ults quicker, that's fine. Right? Okay, so your options here that have the best chance to win the fight are to combo your ultimate with Ultron before they take too much space, even though your cloak's not here, right? To get them to force ults, which I don't think is very good. But I think it could be a way that you just hard carry because you know you're better than them. So it'd be like Ultron combo with me and just take like a 4v5, which is what this is, like a 4v5. Because worst case scenario, right, they'll use their Invis ult and it won't even be on point. You kite back, get a strange portal, make a play that way. So I think that could realistically, that could work. But what I would do, I'd abuse this area here, right? I would slow them down and look for a way where I can harass their healers before the enemy DPS and tanks gets too far. I guess with Groot, maybe not in here, but like looking for a way to dive their backline before they walk too far up safely. But even then, you have to use your ultimate as a way to like get the cart. So I don't know. I guess I think an aggressive play here would be all right. Like an aggressive ult play combo with Ultron. Or using it for another strange portal. That's what you should use it for. Or a strange portal to give yourself enough time, so it would be a stall play. But the problem with that is if you do a stall play, that would imply that they've already made it to the point and you're fighting for your life. So like my reasoning is try to get an ult when your cloak is here, hold this as long as you can, give her ult charge with your ult, but you need to be pressuring their healers and getting out. That's your goal. That should be your goal. And then worst case scenario, things don't work out, fight doesn't unfold, someone dies before cloak gets here, then use your ult to stall point. But you don't want to let off the gas pedal too much right now. So I'm curious to see what you do here. Hold this. Good. I would have gone in there, man. Yeah, I would have gone in there. Your Daredevil is doing what I said was your second best thing to do, which is really this is what we want, because now you can use your ult to stall, and you like as soon as you landed that stun, to me that's like okay, pressure. You have a 2-second window now where you can get a little edge in the fight. I would take it. It's just this is an opening, right? They're backing up. Your Daredevil's ulting. See, a lot of Hulks just do this. They kind of just jump away when they have like a winning fight. Obviously, I know you're going to jump back in and probably ult here, and then what's going to happen is they're going to use an ult stabilize, and they're going to run you over. Watch. I already know how this goes. So there's your ult. Now they're looking for a re-engage. Okay, nice combo. This is too deep. Again, goes back to what I was saying. Get a kill, get the lead, then you stabilize. You're disrespecting them too much. You got to think more in a macro sense and a team fight sense, right? Why are we diving once you just won your team to fight? And you're throwing it, the lead, you got your team away almost immediately. Almost immediately. So don't think of you getting kills as a reason for you to dive in. Think of it as a reason not to. Think of it as a reason to just like, oh, they have to come to us. Let's see what they do. Let's see what dumb thing they do. And then, lo and behold, the magic is ulting 5v6 in her own spawn. This is good, but you're not in a position to really be able to punish it. So, unfortunately, now you got to use your bubble on yourself. You don't have it for your teammates. Almost got the air stun. Nice try. Magic's going crazy. We're just not peeling the way we need to because we're not playing around what our team is able to follow up on enough. And again, and this is exactly why I said this was the second best thing you could have done and not the first. Because you could have won that fight without ulting. But you took a bad trade. You didn't use cover, right? So let this be a lesson for everybody watching. Every fight you do as Hulk, you should try to be efficiently aggressive. Is the best way I can describe it. You want to be cycling through your cooldowns, keeping them constantly worried about you, and never at an opportunity where they could get an opening. You're like your team's, I don't know, like a force field, bro. It's like on the outside, right? You want to be blocking foreign threats from getting through your force fields, bro. Like I think of the team as like a fucking ship, man. It should always be kind of close. And when you like part of the ship just like goes out and like you want to be playing more as a unit. I don't know. I think in terms of like how far are we ahead in each fight.
Seconds left.
Like think of it from a teammate's point of view. You guys get a kill, and then the tank just goes in, and it's risky for the DPS to walk up. Whereas like when you do get a kill, think about, yo, how can we continue this fight further with our with people who actually do damage, like DPS.
Nice work, Namor. Let it go to your head.
All right, I mean your team already got a pick. I mean, you should really have jumped on the punny by now. Again, you should have gone in there and just run at them. You actually found out where she went with that, but I don't think you saw it. Yeah, and again, same mistake. just diving when you're up. You're just not fighting with your team enough. You're just not fighting. Once you got the punny to jump, you should have dove, kill him, and then walked back because you're and just finished off the Angela. Okay. So just too much diving into the team. You should find a duo healer and have them tell you anytime that you can't be healed. I feel like that would help you a lot. I feel like that would help you a lot.
Here we go again. I'm hulking.
Halfway there. Keep going.
See how where everybody's just kind of like together here? When people go around this corner and you chase them, like, it makes it so your DPS don't have anything easy to hit. You're kind of making the game harder for everybody, so you need to be accomplishing things if you actually do stuff like that. Zoning them when you're up is really just not worth it. You can air stun out of that. That was high enough. I don't like feeding Hulk shield like that. I would have just not even hit him. You pretty much can't break through another Hulk shield. But this was much better, by the way. Your peeling was on point. Like, this was much better. Yeah, like, that's right there is good patience. That's it right there. Going back. That's what it looks like. But now you need to go back in. Like, once you saw him peak, you should have... Because this is... You know you're up, and nothing has changed, right? So as soon as you see him peak, you come out. Don't let him don't give him a window in. Obviously, you win this fight because you're up a lot, but this is what I'm talking about. You're not tight enough with holding key points. Jumping back there was perfect. Now he has to come out to do damage. This is where you want to fight. This is where you want to fight. This is where he wants to fight. So as soon as you jump out, he comes in peaks. You still need to be in a position where you can immediately follow up on him. Is that like, I feel like, again, because you're in range of these people, the only time you should like leave the ship is when you know you're going to get something good, like a kill. Okay? So let's watch one more fight here. Yeah, your biggest, by far, I mean, you're mechanically, you're solid, you're landing your abilities, your claps. Your biggest thing is just playing with your team. It's just like your macro positioning. It's like, again, we're like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing, man? What are we going to accomplish here? This isn't space. This is just like you. If your argument is this is giving you space, my argument would be you could do the same exact thing in a much more confined, controlled way that is going to not be a coin flip. Okay? Like, okay, obviously I know you're going to ult here. We all know you're going to ult here. But you could move this card up 30 feet, have an aggressive playstyle, and use your ult as a backup to reset and use it once they actually use a cooldown. Like, you're giving it away too easily. You're giving it away too easily. So, I mean, let's see how y'all here. Maybe it's a good one. So here we go. Again, I just want to point this out. You're opting into a fight that's really not going to work in a situation where the cart was pretty much going to move anyway. Because this, like, if they peek this corner, then you just kill their whole team, right? So this is just way too aggressive. It's just too deep. So, I mean, I just don't think this is going to work unless they play it really bad. And they did kind of play it bad. I don't think anyone should have really been able to die there without you landing a juggle. And again, it's just not worth. Too far away from your team. You got to play closer to your team. Don't jump in when you get a kill. Stabilize when you get a kill, because you have infinite chase potential as Hulk. Like, the only character in the game that can get away from you after a fight is Star-Lord and Spider-Man. Like, that's literally it. And Cap, I guess. But, like, you can chase pretty much anyone. So use that to your advantage. Slow it down so you can speed it up. Play closer to your team. Play tighter. Control areas that people don't want to fight in. Control areas and bring them to you. Okay? In short, play closer to your team. Play closer to your team. That's the biggest thing. It's going to immediately help you. And you're going to find that the game's harder, by the way. You're going to find that the game's harder when you do that. because you have to be more aware. There's a lot more going on. It's more chaotic. This kind of puts the game in layman's terms. I jump in. They all try to kill me. I ult. Maybe I get one. This completely eliminates the element of decision making from a team perspective. It gives you less choices to make, but it also gives you less like carry potential, right? So play around your team. That is how you're going to win the game. Okay? I think if you start doing that, you're going to immediately climb, but you're going to have some growing pains. All Hulks do. It's hard to have to be really aware and playing off people, but you got to do it. You got to do it. Streaming after Super Bowl? No, I'm not. Anyway, boom, coach. Hopefully that helps, man. Der Shingen, you are up, and the line is down to 2. Der Shingen. And, yeah, Super Bowl, I'm not exactly sure when the game starts. I'm pretty sure it starts pretty soon, so we're probably just going to stream until the paid coaching sessions are through. So we'll just go for as long as people skip the line. We got Der Schengen. Lost this one last night. Played Thing and Mag with 17 files. Mainly curious on your perspective of if the Hulk was just throwing or I wasn't playing around him enough. Diamond 1. Oh, at first glance, it looks like this guy was throwing. But let's take a look here. All right, thank you, Skitter. And this is 20 minutes or $20, so we usually do 10, 15 for 10. We'll do like, 20, 30 for this. Hold up. This is really laggy. We're on defense here. I know I never do this when I play Mag, but you should technically start up top. Just because people can full bum rush. So it just gives you a little bit of time to potentially snuff this out, but also not get flanked from behind. Just good habit to get into. I know I don't do it. I try to sometimes. I do on Hulk, but... While this is good, I wish you would have body blocked for them a bit more. You kind of just give them a free path to your back line. So just when you're cutting back, I think you should kind of zigzag a little bit more than use your... Because this is a good time to use your shield here. If the fight goes south and like they don't execute this as well. You block their heals, block the damage on you. It accomplishes multiple things. It's just mad value. I like how you're pushing up here. This is good. This is really good. Accuracy not the best. Probably should have used your team up there too. Probably should have used your team up. Just everything you should have used a little sooner. So now we kind of use it on the back foot, which means you're going to have less of a chance of killing something. You messed that up. Okay? That fight's on you. That was definitely not on the Hulk. Okay? So let's go next fight here. I don't know what he was doing. Was he just AFK? Like, I do want to see what the Hulk was doing. Just curious. We'll play it on fast. He was AFK. No, wait. Yeah. Okay, I mean, it's on him, but it's on you for not realizing it, I'll say. Like, it's on him, but it's on you. You feel me? Because, like, obviously this is trolling, but play accordingly, That's solo queue ranked or just ranked in general is all about adapting. Okay. So here's the situation. Coming back, your team's desperately trying to not stagger. Everybody's low on health. We're getting close to ultimates. I hate fights like this as Mag. These kind of chaotic, uncontrolled fights are really hard for Mag to have impact. He benefits more from like stability and control. So in fights like this, you desperately need to try to stabilize and reset to get to that point where you're back to like trading in the neutral. That's where Mag is strongest. What does that mean? Hold the corner and peel. I don't like that bubble. Yeah, I mean, I do think you get a lot of value for using it on Hulk. Yeah, and did you not? I don't know why you didn't get the Gambit ult. But we still got to use our team up sooner. Like, as soon as you run around that corner, okay? So we need quicker cooldown usage. I don't know what... One more... I've actually never seen Gambit ult. Is that crazy? Like, I don't know what it looks like. So this is how many people he's... No, these are his cards. Oh, he had already ulted. Is that because he was blinded? It doesn't work like that? That he didn't hit nobody? Wait, is that actually how it works? You have to see them? He didn't hit anybody with it. I actually did not know this. You can blind Gambit ult. He has to aim it. Oh, wow. What a crazy play. All right, well, I wouldn't say that's totally on you. Could have probably played it a little better, though. I mean, that's not really your fault. But still need to use the team up. This is... I don't know what we're doing here. You gotta get out. You gotta get out here. Yeah. Should have just taken the portal. Okay, so we're Thing into Magic, Iron Fist. Your job here is to fight around corners where you can contest the cart and access your healers quickly. Okay, Thing I think is hard to play on defense against dive sometimes because you're so good at holding space on a cart. And it's you kind of need to have this in between where you're able to peel on their aggression, right? And still stop the cart. So how do you do that? You harass their tanks, but you never hard commit until they do something. And you kind of float in between. I found is the best way. If you want to hyper aggress, you can, but you got to do that once you know Magic can't dive because you got to save your shift. The key is like not taking too much damage, right? So you can actually have your cooldowns for when you need them. Okay, so here we go. Good shield. Kind of wasted your shift, to be honest. You should be using your team up. There you go. I do not like that damage amp there. I do not like that. I think you need to save that. For the same reason I said the game before, I mean, just make sure you win the fight when you're up. If you're going to damage amp through support ult, do it when someone can actually follow through, but I don't think you really have the right comp for it. Waste of an ult. Total waste of an ult. Total waste. You had already won the fight. That's 0 value. He was dead to rights. For the reasons I kind of said before, I know you have Hulk dead, so it's tough. If you can't hold this area, though, right? This is a great spot to hold on Thing. This wall, because they really can't sneak behind you to it. They got to go all the way around. You want to at least be, like, on the back half of up top. And the reason I say back half is obviously Thing, you can't really do anything over here, so you're just going to get shot at. So kind of like up here, because you can hear the magic flanking, and if she most likely she'll walk up here, and maybe she'll use a cooldown, you just get an easy kill on her, push her off, and then right, like when you push her off, then if the fight goes well, you can actually force him back to this choke. But you don't want to do it right away because you're waiting on Hulk. But you can't just give this space for free. You're just giving it for free here. I just do not like this, and not realizing it. Like you should be walking up the steps here. See how you play it though. I will say I do like how you're close enough to your healers. This is a waste. Again, this is a waste. you got to the best shifts on Thing are ones that accomplish everything. Save you from dying, CC the team, reposition yourself, and peel for your supports. If you can do all of those things, or at least like 2 or 3 of those things with each time you shift, it's going to be good. What is the only the one thing here, which is prevent. You basically give your team a window of time where they're probably not going to get dove, but then what that means is they now have an opportunity seeing that cooldown. This is almost like your eyesight that changed, like seeing like, oh shit, he wasted that. Eyes are red, demon time, right? And watch. What I think is going to happen is you're going to slam, Magic's going to wait, and your team's going to probably struggle to stay alive here. Let's watch it from Magic's point of view, just for fun here. Oh, wow. She snuck one in. She snuck one in. But again, that's because you were kind of telegraphing what you were doing, so she just saw right away. That's crazy. That's not a good play by the Magic, if I'm being honest, though. Because dying there when she could have gotten a lot more... Okay, this is good. That was a good one. And you did exactly what I said. What did I say? You needed... There's 5 things you can do with Thing Ground Pound. I just said them all. Right? Knock people up. Reposition. Save yourself from dying. Save your teammates. And prevent. Like zone control. They're all valid ways to use Assault, but ideally you want to be doing 2 or 3 of those things at least. You want to get like max value. So what do you do here? This is this example of a good thing shift, and it means you're probably neutraling in the right way. What do you get here with it? You were low on health, you save yourself from dying, you use it to reposition to get to the strange diving your team, you use it for CC, you use it for zone control. You did everything. That's exactly what they should look like. That's how you use it, to turn the tide of a fight. Okay? And the reason, right, the reason you are able to take space on Thing is because worst case scenario, you'll use it for 1 or 2 things just to reset the fight. But this is ideal. So remember this, how this felt, and do it every time you use your shift. And then think when you get to a certain point, you track their cooldowns and know when you can use it aggressively. Even on defense. Okay? That was good, though. And you're probably going to win this fight because of it. Look at that. Beautiful. You should chase here, 100%. Shift. You should have done it sooner. Oh, yeah, that's right, the map. I forgot about the map. That's my bad. Get up the steps, though, next time with it. Okay, so now you've won the fight. Well, what is she doing? After you kill her, you hold this spot. Okay? After you kill her, you hold this spot. Let's see if you do that. Walk up the steps, bro! What are we doing? Okay. Just remember, now you don't have your main defensive, and your team is not playing around you because we didn't win this fight decisively enough. So you just make sure you're in range of them. It looks like they're walking up, but you're kind of standing out in the open door, which is the easiest way they could turn the fight. So you're doing like because you don't have your shift. Remember, you just used it. You're dead. So you're doing the number one thing that they want right now. Just remember that. It's not. I mean, as extending the fight, it's good. It's good that you're doing this, but you're not doing it the best way you could. The idea behind this play is good. And again, a lot of times I see people looking for these tips, have the right idea from a macro sense, but just aren't playing the fights good enough. Use walls more. You should also be, like, why are we backing up here? Go kill those people. Okay, so, whoa. Whoa. Okay. Okay. I'm here for it. Bro lucked out? I'm not gonna say it. Alright? I'm not gonna say it. But, hey, it worked. It worked, dude. Okay, so what is this one accomplishing? 2 things. Zone control and taking space. Does nothing to save you, does nothing to peel for your teammates. And... Or sorry, what did I say? Reposition? Yeah. So, again, not the best one here. I think this is a bit of a waste. This is a bit of a waste. You're kind of exposed right now. You got to be very careful here. This is pretty juicy, I'm not gonna lie. Came up in time, though. Yeah, I don't know. I think good teams will punish you for that a bit harder. But that fight was kind of just, you're slowly losing it, and you want to be in a stable position when they use their support ults, so you can always disengage. Right? You needed more control there. You needed more control. All right. This was a 25er, so we'll watch the defense now. I think Thing is much better on defense. I think Thing is, or sorry, offense. I think Thing is much better on offense. Not using our passive again. Taking a lot of damage. I generally tend to, when damage amps like that go down, I generally just shield as soon as, at like the first sight of damage. Not bubble shield. Also, you didn't really use your shield for some reason during any of that. I'm not sure why. It's such an insane ability. You pretty much always want it coming up off a cooldown. Like, you should... If your shield... Think of it this... On offense, if your shield is sitting on cooldown, you're missing out on a potential playmaking. Like, that means you could be more aggressive. Right? And if you're taking a ton of damage and haven't shielded, then that's the same type of issue. You just seem reluctant to use your cooldowns. You get too tunnel vision into, like, just the primary. Again, I would have shielded first there, then bubbled. Because you can actually, like, burst out of it sometimes around the corner with, like, a shift, bubble shifts. Because you can, like, pull them to you. It's like what I would have done there. And yeah, I mean... I really... Yeah, I mean, I don't see this Hulk at all, but I think a lot of that is because you're taking kind of, like, weird fights a lot of the time. I do think this game is on you a bit, Der Shingen, to answer your question. I do think... I mean, that Hulk play was the one where he dove was pretty silly, but you kind of got baited trying to help him. Like, he was doing his own thing, just let him do his own thing. He was doing a CaptainCoach play. It kind of... When someone is doing something so blatantly just coin flipping on their own, generally better just to not try to play towards that win condition. And kind of just remember to get value in your own way. Because again, remember, he baited you to use a 2 out of 5 thing alt instead of 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. Right? We're trying to get 4 out of 5s and 5 out of 5s every time on your shifts. Did I say passive? Yeah, sorry, team up. Yeah, I mean, might as well go for this. Needed more melee attacks, but okay, turn around. No, shield first. You shield first there to get the pushback. Because that's the only way you live, right? So you shield first to get the instant charge because you're not close enough, right? So just ability order. Maybe could have lived there. Your healers just came around the corner. You probably could have if you did a little pushback and then got in a position where you could shield both of them, right? It's the only way you live there, so... Not a bad idea at all here. There's really not anyone on their team you need to worry about too much other than their punny. And I feel like if you kill their whole team, a punny ult's not really going to be able to work anyway. Why? I'm not... I know the Iron Fist is diving right now, but I think we're a little too far back right now. Like... Like, you guys really should have been with Hulk there. Alright. And that's kind of what I mean, too. It's like, when you take the space, I would have rather you had this space with your ult. So then we don't have to use all this. I think you should have been with Hulk there. Your team had a pretty big lead, and he was diving. And that's where he gets, like, a lot of value. That being said, Hulk was still too deep, I will say. So it's, like, not all on you. I'd say it's like maybe like 40%, maybe 60% on you.
Only 60 seconds left.
By the way, the reason I say you ult when you're punny ulted, even though they have a punny, just so you know I'm not crazy. Punny is immune to dying when he does that because you suck up all the projectiles. And if they're punny ults, like, they have so many ways to save him from your bubble. They have Strange Shield, they have Groot Wall. I think a lot of like most teams usually calm that. So I don't know. I don't think you always need to do it on this map because of like how easy it is to just line it. Plus you're on defense. Or plus they're on defense, so it's like they're not gonna punny ult is more of an aggression thing. So I think it's best used as mag on defense to counter it. I think you could have completely wiped him there if you guys played better. With that initial pick you got. Now, there are some other mags who probably say, like, yeah, you just always save it for punny, but I genuinely don't always think that's the case. This is good. Perfect. Perfect. That's the best you've played a fight so far. We're just a little late with the saves. Yeah. You need to be walking up. You need to be walking up here. You need to be walking up here. It's just going to help everything. And again, whatever this guy's calming, it doesn't matter. Like, never trust these people. Just go touch yourself, bro. You're the tank. I'm getting secondhand anxiety, bro, watching this. Push, 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 push. You have cooldowns. Wipe them, kill them. You're letting them hang around. What are we doing? This poor Hulk, bro. This poor Hulk. I mean, good ult. But it's like, oh, we're throwing. I'm sorry, but you could have just taken over there. I've seen enough. Yeah, it is on you a bit. I'd say it's like 70% on you. 70, maybe like even like 75, which is crazy, guys, because this Hulk was kind of running it down. He had 17 kills. But this just goes to show you, man, I'm telling you, I don't think final hits matter as much as like playing around your team and playing around objectives. Like I was just like, there was times where I felt like I wanted to like pull your character to a spot or to a position, and we just weren't doing it, man. And people look at this and would say like, yeah, this guy carried, but I think there was a lot of like positional issues, really, like. But yeah, I mean, it's all macro, bro. It's all macro. It's like kind of knowing, like getting a feel for the fight when you're winning and just really being oppressive and taking space and imposing your will. I felt like we never got to that point where you were just taking over, you know? Everything you did happened in the context of like these weird, like unideal fights where even if you win them, you don't really get much for them. It's like tit for tat. You need to dominate, bro. Dominate. You should have played up more when you had leads, yeah? You worked yourself into these leads, and then you never really capitalized on them. I think that's partly why your damage is so low. You just weren't really being that aggressive. You had good accuracy. You were opportunistic, but you would take damage for no reason sometimes, and then, like, not take enough in other situations. Which is crazy to me, because you still did well. I just felt like you could have taken over this game. I feel like you'd have taken over. But anyway, boom, coached. All right, this is going to be the last one here, guys, unless we get another line skip. Just a heads up. to anyone who's on the fence about maybe purchasing some coaching this week. I appreciate all the support as always, guys. This should be the last one. Alex, hey coach, I hit Celestial for the first time yesterday. We lost this game where I was on Rocket. Could have done anything differently. Okay. Okay. And yeah, feel free to ask questions, guys. Like, feel free to ask questions. Like, I'm gladly. Sometimes I kind of forget to do that because I don't really read chat too much these days, but I try to after each one to see what people say. Yeah, that's a crazy stat line you had there, but yeah, weirdly enough, I think you could have. I think you should have done more. I don't know. It just goes to show you how important macro is. Cooldown usage. Well, if you're watching the VoD, Alex, we got to yours here. And we are watching a Rocket. Interesting. Yeah, thanks for pointing those things out. Like, I see my MVP, but I still have to have the problem or not. You were definitely part of the problem, for sure. For sure. Because you'll find that once you kind of playing with this soup guy. This guy was on my ass the other day. This guy's annoying as hell. Okay, you're here. Cool. We're about to get your game. You'll find that you don't need to be good at the game. And you were landing your shots. Like you were decent with getting the picks, but you'll find you don't need to be good at the game if you're just taking the right fights. Because it just matters so much. That is like a slight problem I'd say with the game is it's not maybe not skill based enough because of how like simple almost the neutral is in the game. It's very simple. It's very like hard to kill stuff, and it's more just if you get a kill, you push because you're not going to get a better chance, you know? So it's like somebody dies, you push, you play aggressively, you turn the knobs up. You turn the risk levels up because you know you can take more. It's all this game is risk reward. It's all risk reward. Getting as much value as you can. Okay, so I've seen a couple of people I've seen in games before here. I didn't see what the rank was, but I'm assuming this is like what, Celestial?
You're ready for action.
Better stop that vehicle. Need some help. Nice deep freeze.
You need to dash in and save him. Listen, you have no chance of dying here. None. This is something I need to explain to support players. Can we all talk about this? Why does Rocket have 0 chance of dying there? Can someone tell me? Or like almost like next to none? You just even leaving that up to chance with the Hulk, I think is a support problem. I think a good support dashes in, gets heals on him quicker, and skips the line, right? Skips the line of having to heal through your teammates. Why is that, chat? Why is Rocket, if he dashes up to like here to save the Hulk, in this situation, why is Rocket going to be okay? Like, effectively, I wanted you to dash to here and pump your heals into him. I really, because I feel like a lot of supports miss this. It's just something they don't even consider. They only ever think in terms of their positioning relative to just like a standard neutral. Well, we don't have a standard neutral, do we? Your team just got to pick, and we need to stabilize. So tell me why, chat. Why is Rocket not going to die here? There's 2 reasons, but really one main one I'm thinking of. Could sit on the Groot? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay, well, that's another reason. Yeah, I didn't even see. Yeah, you have a Groot. I didn't even think about that, bro. Okay, so there's 3 reasons then. So yes to that. So you actually, yeah, you should have done that. But yes, thank you. I'm honestly, I'm surprised someone got it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is like W. This is like a W chat response. Yes, they're gonna focus the Hulk and not you, dude. Can you imagine a team in ranked when they're all shouting, focus Hulk, Hulk low? They all collectively just swap to the Rocket who dashes up to save him? No, it's all, like I said, risk reward. You're going to get more healing. You're going to bait them to attack you. You pull pressure off the Hulk. And the other reason I was going to say is because you have another dash. This is like all Rocket players. They just heal bot. All they do is heal bot. And the best part is you already have a pick, right? You have a pick. So if they do pressure him, now you're in a position to shoot your gun. You can heal yourself. He's so OP. And people are like, why are we so far back? I'm tilted, bro. I get so tilted watching healer players, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but you missed out on a big like this could potentially be a disaster. Luckily he lives here, but this is not good enough. You need to be doing more here, dude. Also, you're against the Groot, and I haven't seen you run up the walls once. Like, you could be playing way more aggressively. Way more. You could be using these walls so much more. Because it takes you out, they have to walk out now to focus you, right? Now they have to walk out, like if you see it from their perspective. You're on the ground, they're just going to shoot you. But if you come out, they have to shoot up because, you know, it's like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing, bro? I hate this. I'm sorry. I know I'm not trying to blast you too much. But I really just want to hammer this home how this is too safe, man. This is too you're giving away too much. Again, use the walls. Use the walls. This is not good enough. You've got to be putting yourself at risk more to help your Hulk. This is not how we need to be playing the game ever. If it's like a ton of hit scan, maybe, but just fight with your team. Fight with your team. We're just giving away the space for free. I just hate this. I just hate this completely. Because you're winning, right? You're winning the fights. This guy is just Hulk is just carrying so hard, bro. He's carrying your team so hard right now. I don't even know what the score is, but he's carrying. Yeah, he's 0-1-0. Your Hulk is 0-1-0, but he's carrying. Okay, I need you guys to understand this. W Hulk. Taking straight out of the CaptainCoach playbook, dude. This is the point in the stream where chat will say I'm feeding, getting carried, and then this is how my supports will be playing sometimes. Good ult though. I like your ult. That was a good ult. We got to be using our height more though, bud. We got to be using that height more. Just a reminder, everybody, for everyone tuning in, this is last call for coaching, so you got about 5 minutes to get it in if you want it any more today. This is last call. And then the next one will be in 2 weeks from now. We'll watch one more fight here, then we'll go into defense or offense here. This too, by the way, chat, this is why I banned Groot. Because he forces your healers to play alternative playstyles that they oftentimes seem uncomfortable doing. Just blame tank. I really want you to go into maybe get an alt account and try being more aggressive on Rocket. Even on defense. You'll realize that you can get a lot more out of the character. Because, I mean, your stats look good. Like most healing. But, again, part of the reason your stats look good is because these fights are going longer than they need to. Because you're not playing off your team. This is where my opinion differs with even a lot of like good Rocket players, is that I think a well-played Rocket can actually carry a game. Yeah, I don't think you should just be sitting back and heal botting. I really don't. Oh, Kiaha, I meant for the line skip ones. This is going to be a shorter one today for the line skips.
Love it. Feels so good.
Yo, appreciate the 3 months though, dude. Thank you for that. Just make sure I didn't miss any for that. Twitch donos here. Yeah, we're good. Oh, wait, that's tier 3. Oh, no, you're good, bro. Yeah, I didn't realize that was a tier 3. So you did it through Twitch. That's my bad. Yeah, it doesn't show me what tier it is. That's why I went and checked. No, I got you. Yeah, Kia, did you want a... Did you want a full session right now? I can give you a full session. I'm just saying last call for line skips. Yeah, my bad. That's my B, bro. You would get it on YouTube, but you're banned? Damn. That sucks, because I prefer it on YouTube, but that's all good. All right, yeah, I got you after this. All right, so the... Okay. Oh, wait, at this point, I might just be getting paid not to watch the Super Bowl. But that's all right. I don't really care that much. All right, I got you. Let's watch one more fight here. I like that. Yes. There you go. But never leave yourself at 0 dashes unless it's going to get you a kill or save your life. Never. That was good. Get closer. Get closer. Get the max healing. Again, same reason applies. They're going to attack him, not you. So get that fat heal bounce right off the fucking floor, you know? Put down your oh wait. I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Yeah. You should be telling your group to take damage right now. What is he doing? I'm sorry. This guy is clueless. This is not your fault, by the way. Like he needs to do stuff. This is not your fault. Okay, this fight's not on you. So now you're kind of put in the spot. Yeah, I mean, this is not your fault. This is a bad ult, but it's like you had to do it. So I'm not really gonna say. Well, they didn't do their combo. I guess what I meant was, like, maybe not bad ult, not ideal, right? Not ideal. I don't think that should have worked that easily. And they get it anyway, right? So everybody in chat thinking it was a good ult. This is what we care about, right? This is what we care about. So we've effectively kind of now used our main defensive, and they still got checkpoint, which is like worst case scenario. But again, like I said, not your fault. Groot was not taking space. Not much you can do there. It's other than I would have ulted behind the wall, but like, yeah, there's not much you can do there. That one's not on you. Because they full team wiped them, chat, by the way, with that ult. And it was still not a good ult. So again, for all you support players out there who think like you ulting at the right, there's a lot of nuance that goes into it, man. So, you know, the conversation then you talk about like, okay, knowing that you're pretty much forced into a spot where you have to ult in a spot that's probably not going to work, maybe you hold on to it there, right? It's a tough decision, and it's a decision that's, I feel like support players unfortunately have to get put into a lot because of bad tank play. So again, like I said, I don't think that one's really on you. I probably would have done the same thing. I would have tried to find a way to ult sooner, maybe even gotten damage on their team. But okay, we're really split here. When your team is split like this, follow the Medius tank. Just follow the Medius tank. Or patty cake with your healer. The reason I say follow tank is because your Luna's safe, so it's like you don't really need a helper right now. But now, not so much. So, we don't get that space because we weren't with the group when he was flanking. We're just kind of like stuck in between, like being split up here. Genuinely, I don't think it would be bad to double out here. Legit. Fucking rip it, dude. At that point, I would have been so tilted from all the diving happening and all the space they took, I would have just ulted out of like sheer just like tilt. Like if I play a healer and the cart gets pushed that far for free, I'm crashing out. So why did that happen, right? The Groot went to the side, you didn't follow him. You kind of just sat with Luna and did nothing while you knew they couldn't really harass you. They have to walk that entire way, right? Yeah, I mean, this is fine. You should have put it up, though. The timing of your ult, fine. The placement, very, very not good. Very not good. I would have put it up on that ledge that you're looking at. Okay? So let's watch a little defense here. Close it out. Main thing I'm seeing here is you're just not being proactive enough. Let's see if that changes on offense. Let's see if that changes. I think you're too far back. This is what I'm talking about. You're just not far enough up. Your team's doing stuff. Heal the people who are doing stuff. Your team's doing stuff right now. We're not helping them. That's how you take space, is pressuring people away from where they want to be. Your team's doing that, and we're not healing them, so it's not going to work. So, I mean, they get all this space for you, but now it stalls because we're not healing them. See what I mean? Now they die. You need to be playing farther up when your team's doing stuff. Not aggressive enough, too passive. Too passive. Dash in, heal, shoot, dash out. Push, push. Good. Just chill here. You just chill here. You should not have had to dash there. That's a mistake. You should not have had to dash there. That was the one time where you needed to back up, and you weren't. You needed to chill there. So now we're down a dash. That's not the end of the world. Not a great res. Okay, well, wasn't able to get her. Close, though. Okay, so support ult for support ult. Nothing happens. Yeah, that's an absolute disaster. Oh, okay. Wait, you win this. W, good play. You saved it. You saved it. All right, well, let's one more fight here. One more fight. I'm giving you a lot here. Just yeah, make sure you're always on cart. Make sure you're always on cart. As Rocket, that's like your main job. You should really be telling these people to go take space. They do it way better than you. You can get value from here. They cannot. That's why you do it. So this you're kind of technically not doing your job here. But I mean, at least you're doing something. I like how you're hugging the wall. This is perfect. This is good. No. Why dash in there? Let your team get the space here. Oh god, this is tough. Yeah, that was not a good dash. Take a side angle. This is when you want to like go over here and pump the Groot, like you're turning it, right? We're just not recognizing this. Team carries the fight though. Groot almost dies. Yeah, I mean, against better players, that's not going to be good enough.
Did I just beat Thor?
I want to watch one more fight. Against better players, that's not going to be good enough. I'm just telling you right now. Because that Groot will die, and you will not have kept him up. Again, you need to be on cart. You need to be on cart. I don't care what they're doing over there. I don't care what it... You need to be on cart. You always. I don't care what they're doing. No exceptions. No exceptions. Literally none. You can bounce your heals. By the way, there's angles for everything. I would say something maybe like, I don't know, position here and do like a boom, boom, and then a boom. This would be the trajectory, just so you know. Something like this. You do boom, and then it's like whatever, boom, boom, right? And then your heal's kind of like whatever. You get over here. It's just anywhere. Just any healing is good. Okay. But we need to be staying on that cart. Not even for a second should you be off of it. Until you get to a point where it's at like a key pivotal point. Like a choke. I don't like, I think you should just rip your art. I think you should have just ripped your ult right away. I don't think there's any reason to wait here. None. There's no reason. Because the sooner you force the cloak ult, the better. And it also gives you a chance while they're like kind of not grouped up yet to just get an easy pick. So do like a forward-facing ult while your team has pressure, while the cart's now up to a point where it can really come down to one fight, right? You wipe them here. It's mainly just because it forces them into an unfavorable situation. Not bad, though. Not bad, though. You pretty much did it. I just think it was a little late. And then Strange gets you there. But yeah, overall, I want to see more aggression, bro. More aggression, putting yourself at risk more to help teammates. You have the fewest deaths, which is good. This is good. But I think you could have helped out on a lot of plays that would have made it. So, homeboy didn't have to swap off his main character. All right, so try to use the map more. Use your dashes to save people. Understand when enemy supports ults go down that you need to play slow and save your teammates. Shooting your orbs into them. You need a wall run way more. It'll help you reach hard to hit teammates, and yeah, try to bounce off of walls more as well. And yeah, like you got to get good at juggling your threat, like taking damage for your teammates, and then because you get even more healing on Rocket that way. But overall, like not terrible, like decent. Better to play overly safe than overly aggressively on this character. You're never going to get really too punished for playing overly safe. You will get punished for playing over aggressive, but that's why, again, it's like, doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So there you go. Boom, coached. Hope that helps. Thank you, Johnny Pokes. Whew, starting to lose my voice here. I'm just nonstop yapping on these streams, man. All right, we got... Okay, you would have used a loss, but you cleaned up a lot of your mistakes. Okay. Wow. Pretty big pop-off here. We are in Diamond 3-ish. Yep, no problem, Alex. And this is going to be a full game. It's a long-ass game. You guys are really trying to get your money's worth. Holy shit. All right. I'm going to try not to stop as much. So I can get the... Okay, nice. W pick. So we're looking for some aggression here. Try to get a little more damage on this range before you do that. You want to get damage on them before you wall? I'm not sure what we're doing here. Are you lagging? You're still up. The reason for that is you want to basically burst them out from a health amount that you can kill them before your wall is broken, right? It's a timing thing. That was perfect right there. That was good. We should be using our walls here, though. We're sitting on them for too long. We're low on health and they're low on health, and we're just not getting our cooldowns out quick enough. Your accuracy there was good. It's not getting our cooldowns out quick enough. I think our movements are a little rigid, like a little too predictable too. I want to see more like left, right, like more kind of wiggle. I want to see a little bit more wiggle. And I want to see faster cooldown usage because the fight was close and we're sitting on major cooldowns. Yep. All right, you're down. So, oh, okay, never mind. Walls, walls, walls. Come on. We're just sitting on him way too long. You're just not playing at an aggressive enough pace. It's kind of funny that you got that. I like these melee attacks. Yeah, you should be looking for someone to block heals on. Okay, nice. You should maybe alter out of this. I would. Could have probably killed her. Your whole team was right there. Either way, I mean, you can win this. The ult right there, boom. That would have been such a good ult. The more even knew it too. He's like, Groot's gonna ult. He tried to immune it. I would have still done it. It would have been such good value. I guess Strange could have shielded it. We're sitting on our ult for way too long. You could be halfway to your second ult by now. You can block that, by the way. With your wall. Again, sitting on cooldowns too long. You should maybe wall that room, put an ironwood wall. It's a common place people walk out of. Alright, try to wall that, at least you're aware of it. What are we waiting for with our ult? Hey, want a ball today? Hey, grats, bro. Six games of Groot. First time I played him in 4 seasons. Okay. You could have had 2 ults by now. By the way. You could have had 2 ults by now. Yeah, we're just sitting on our walls for way too long. Finally, we put it on the choke. Much better. Crazy, man. Wall him! Wall him! What is that wall? As soon as that guy jumps in, you should be peeling. That was such an int by him. No hesitation. Put a wall up, turn around, and then wall the Thor. There you go. That's a good wall. That's a good wall right there. Just ult him, bro! Are you trolling? Just ult him. He's a free kill. Just kill the Thor. What are we doing? I'm gonna crash out. What are we doing? Also, you need to combo your thorn wall with your seed bomb. Okay, so I need to see you start doing that. Also, your melee attack, you need to do that like quick combo that they all do. This is better than the game right now. Well, I suspect a lot of people are probably watching the game right now. Well, are you trying to troll? Just ult him, please. Just, I don't care who. Just, I need you to use your ult. Oh my god, and they get a fight. Oh my god. Okay, you could have had... You could have had 5 ults by now, bro. You could have had like 4 ults at least. I'm actually getting tilted. I'm actually getting tilted, man. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a defensive battle for sure, Jay.
Only 60 seconds.
Which I think the Seahawks will win a game like that. That's a good wall. Just ult! Just ult! Please! She one-shots Rocket, wow. Oh! Alright. There you go. There you go. There you go. Alright, well, you made it count at least. You got 1 kill. Saving all for Rivals 2. That's crazy. This is the most I've seen a group melee. I like it, though. Good into Strange. W dodge. Should be taking some space here. Try to wall that. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Your accuracy is really good, bro. Like, your accuracy is genuinely good. Oh, you didn't have your Ironwood? So you should be just trying to get to an ult and combo something with your Namor. Or, I mean, your Bucky. Okay, well, we didn't combo, but Bucky gets it anyway. It's okay to do it towards the end of the support ults. You're basically trying to get it before the cloak fade. And you can actually do it right out of her ult if you're trying to do it with, like, Moon Knight and there's no counterplay to it. You just gotta time it right. But you only do that when you have a... What are we doing? When you have an ult to combo with. This is a good spot to put your Ironwood wall around the corner when you're not having to use it to save it for yourself. Just to keep the free CC immunity in the shield. Yeah, not ideal ult. The Hulk kind of caught the end of it. Just remember that ult's a pretty long range. It has like a basically like a kind of like a trajectory of Seed Bomb a little bit, I'm pretty sure, with the Groot ult. So it has a bit of like a curve to it. And you can kind of angle it to the side because it has like a wide because that is something I will try to do on Hulk sometimes. Is eat the Groot ults for people. One thing I don't see you do that I want to see you do more is anytime that there is a short hallway like that, those archways there, that door, you need to put your wall in it. Just put it in. Like, you don't have to think about it. It's going to immediately get guaranteed value. Just do it, dude. I feel like we're leaving those chokes open too much. You got to realize, for a support player, that is so much damage they have to go through. Like, exactly, guaranteed chokes. There's so much damage they have to go through.
Doom is a powerful magic adept. I expect we will face each other.
Alright, so you want to be saving your wall for when Thing jumps in, punishing him. Always saving at least something for him. I'm okay with you walling like that for harass, but I still think you should save one for when you need it. Basically, your ults should your walls should always be coming off of cooldown, but always up until you secure kills. I like that wall. That was very good. It was a good use of the iron. So now we kind of just... I like the aggression, good awareness. You seem to have gotten warmed up. Like, you're playing better now than you did a round ago. All right, yeah, and I will say this is going to be the last one, guys. This will be the last coaching of the day here. I do kind of want to go watch the Super Bowl. I don't care about seeing the whole game, but it's a little too aggressive here. Like, think of it. You have your ult, right? You have your ult. So at this point, you're just getting them to their ults if you're fighting without using it. And I'm not just talking about their supports, like the supports have it. Like, I'm talking about everybody. So you kind of want to just, same thing I always say, kind of just either win the fight or like force cooldowns is what you're trying to do right now. And we didn't do either of that, again. So we kind of just held onto our ult. So at this point, you're kind of forced to use it in the ult slop phase of the game, which I'm not as confident as. Mainly because people can just randomly die. I would ult right there. Boom. Ult, 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 ult. That was it. Right there. That was it. Everybody stabilized. They lived, and we didn't do it. Misplay. Misplay. Gotta be more aggressive with them. Take the kills. Take the kills. Interesting choice. Would not have done that. I would have just taken it on the healers, man. I would have just ulted the healers. They were right there.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Just anytime you can hit a support, just do it. I think you're overthinking it, maybe. Like, just because Groot ult, you can dodge it, doesn't mean they're going to do it. And if you can hit multiple people, just because they dodge your ult doesn't mean like you won't still hit people. I mean, obviously with Cloak Flake, she's going to get multiple people, but just it's okay if you miss your ult. You can't be missing opportunities though to win fight. Like you only have a certain amount of chances to carry in a given game before it's just not up to you anymore. You got to take some proactive plays here, man. Pretty much any time you can combo with Groot or Moon Knight, Namor, and or win your team the fight as Groot, you should just do it. Because his ult is just such a short cooldown, man. It comes up way too fast. It really does. It's brutal. You guys are just kind of out of sync now. It's kind of skipping steps. Staggered.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I think when games tend to evolve into this stagger fest, I think Groot really shines in these types of situations because he can shut down a lot of shut down aggression. So you just need to be looking for the opportunity to do it. I think you overcommitted a bit to Hulk on cart. Again, you can wall your own choke too. Like, don't forget that. Like, you can wall your own choke. I'm talking about, this little area here. Like, if somebody dives in, you can wall it, right? They have to break it. And your team has, maybe you leave, like, a little peephole for them or something. Or maybe, like, one right here so they can kind of curve back in. You know, something like that. I don't know. But you want to split up their team in situations where you're getting staggered. You want to split them up. Okay, so your rocket ults. Liking the melee attacks a lot. Don't need ult here. I like that you held it. Should have had that one though, but I like how you held onto your ult. I think that was good. Great. That's a great wall. Let him walk out next time, though. Let him walk out next time. It's not a bad idea at all. It's really not. Like, this would be another time where I'd be like, just rip it. You're gonna get another ult before the game ends. Just rip it. Why wait? Like, you're just giving him free ult charge. There you go. I almost like that you waited in some ways, right? Because you made the stagger even longer because their Hulk was still running back. So I will say, like, the delay is not the worst thing in the world, but you got to remember, like, they're gonna realize that, like, good players are gonna recognize that you're trying to do that. So yeah, there's maybe a little bit of waiting you want to do to land like a fat ult and like make a stagger longer if that was what you were going for. But don't give him enough time to actually get out here. You can, and again, this is why I always say, you always want to save at least one wall. This is what I'm talking about. Because you could have used it to block the cloak ult here. You could have stuffed her, but you didn't have it for when you needed it because you just popped two down for no reason. Right? That's why you always want to keep one wall on you at all times until you can make an impact play. Yeah, he did. It's all good, though. I like this. Smart. Yeah, give him the space. You got the right idea. Yeah, I mean, I think your healers should have saved you there. I don't think that's your fault. Not your fault. All right, I mean, this is last fight, right? If you get an opportunity to hit 2 or more people, and one of them's a healer, just do it, bro. Just do it. This is last fight. Right now, boom. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Again, you took a little too much damage initially, but that's not on you. I just needed to see a wall, like, on this choke. But the idea behind that ult's fine. Your healers are griefing, but you did take a little too much damage there. So obviously they get this, because this goes next.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Okay. We are in a situation where we know they're going to portal. Okay? You need to save a wall for that portal. You've already won this fight. You don't need any more walls, right? I have a feeling you're going to use one here. I really do. Oh, you didn't use it. And you didn't wall it. What do we... Wall the portal! What are you... What? You saved it, but then didn't wall the portal? Hello? Bro! Anytime you see a hole, you should be like the Flex Seal guy, Billy Mays. Fucking fix that leaky pipe, bro. The fuck? Slap that Flex Seal on it. Man, that's like your #1 thing you do as group. We're not doing it like all game. Like, where is it? Save your walls for like when they're actually good, man. Always have one that you need for just... Think of it this way. 1 out of every 2 walls, or like 1 out of every 3 walls, should be a wall that potentially gets you a kill or does some crazy thing, right? All right, so you're gonna die to the cloak alt, lose. We're just gonna go next. Here we go. Okay, you got to pick. Okay, so you got to pick on offense. Everybody's following you to the right. Are we going to block off their heals and deny key chokes and push aggressively, or block the people who dive from their own team? Those are your options here, right? Those are your options. Okay, when you're up like this and you know your damage is going to stick, you need to seed bomb your wall combo. You're too close to the fight to be using it as poke, okay? You need to be using it as combo because you're looking for kills right now. You're in the wrong mode mentally, okay? You need to adjust. It's a bad wall. It's too defensive. See what I mean? Like, they haven't taken enough damage yet for this to stick, man. This is what I'm talking about. They have to commit more for this to matter. Now, imagine how good this wall is if Hulk's at half health and Strange is right here. It changes, right? Because now he has to immediately jump. You know where he's going to go. And then you run at their healers, right? They don't have time to get enough damage. This got to be like more aggressive before we use this. If not, you should be using the damage ones, right? The damage walls. They're just trying to get ult charge and live right now. Okay, you got block. You need to push in right now. You need to be pushing in on them. This is when you need to take damage for your team a little bit. Okay? You need to be taking damage for your team. You should be you should be running at them as you're like hitting him. Right? And until you get the walls up, right? You want to be like soft zoning them. That way if the healers walk up, you get both. He's gonna you can't do that to a Bruce. This is why I said you want to keep your distance on him, because he's just going to farm the ult charge off you. This is exactly what I meant. So they get the stall here. This is like the Hulk dream scenario on this point. The fuck? Bro's got anchor arms. Anyway. This is just gonna stall on, isn't it? They got the stall.
You'll have to keep fighting
Oh, they don't get port. So you end up winning the fight. But
You need to stop.
a little too close. Again, we need to be ulting sooner. Win the fight before they use all their stuff. We need more aggression. Don't let them dictate the pace. You dictate the pace. Ult first, force cooldowns. Take space so they have to ult not on point. Again, I try to hammer this home with you guys, but it's just, man, so many times, man, we're lacking the aggression levels. Ult him. Just ult him. This is a triple kill right here. Guaranteed one. If Strange blocks it, like you still get the Bruce. Just kill them all, bro. Full stagger. Don't give them a chance, man. And this is the issue. This is what I'm talking about. Now their cloak gets an ult, and we go into support ult slop phase. Nothing else matters. I don't care what you do now. All I care about is what happens to the, like, what's the outcome of this fight. Okay, you won. So you use your ult during that, managed to get a kill. Should have used it sooner. Your rocket wouldn't have had to ult initially after you killed the Bruce. You get the space. You get your support ult up during the next cloak call and probably get a second one up by the time the round ends. Okay? But at least you won. At least you got the kill with it. But I didn't need to look. Your accuracy's fine. We already know what the issue is. It's your walls and your ults. That was honestly a good ult by Namor. You need to be blocking them though. But let's watch on defense here. You're not watching the Super Bowl? I'm about to leave right now. This would be the last one. I'm gonna catch the end of it. You're doing that thing again. I think you're lagging. It looks like you're lagging out. What are we doing? We're very far back. Good wall. That's a good wall. It could have been a little bit. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say a little bit more in. Yeah, I mean, you got good mechanics, bro. Like I think you're pretty accurate. I like the fact that you weave your melee attacks. I never see you miss a seed bomb. I need to see you comboing more with your walls. Using your walls in chokes better is the main one. But also using your ults or your walls when people are low to actually finish them off. And then most importantly, bro, if you ever get a kill with your ult, just rip it, dude. Just rip it. So there you go. There's some things you can work on. Appreciate the tier 3. Appreciate all the subs and donos today. I'm going to go watch the Super Bowl, guys. I think that's what a lot of people are probably doing right now. So next coaching stream will be in 2 weeks. Buff Phoenix? Hell no. And like I said, we will be back tomorrow night for more ranked. So you guys have a great night. As always, hope you appreciated the coaching and appreciate the support. Don't forget to hit that like button on YouTube if you enjoyed this type of content and want to see more, because it'll let the algorithm know, you know. And yeah, enjoy the Super Bowl.